Hello, wrestling fans, and welcome to Wrestling Gab. That's Dalitha. I am Travis. It's Monday. That means it's time for Monday Night Raw. Looks like Seth Rollins, the Gimp's, gimping his way down to the ring with his new gait that he's got.
Good for him.
Because he's a gimp.
Good for him, giving us the old gimpiness. We got people in the chat. Good for peoples. Hey, people in the chat, how's it going?
Is your audio weird?
No.
Is it going up and down? Like now it's almost gone. Okay. Probably mine.
No, it's normal. Hey, everybody in the chat. It's
Cool.
gone now, but it's because something else is happening. How are all of you doing? How's everybody's weekend? Anybody watch the UFC pay-per-view on Saturday? We did. We had food. I made sweet and sour pork. It was pretty good. Travis didn't have sweet and sour pork. He just had pork. He has no idea.
Good.
Otherwise, it was pretty good. In fact, we got Walter in the chat. Hey, Walter, good to see you tonight. We got Mohawk.
He
Gundy
better
in the chat.
give up
Hey.
this title since he's a fighting champion.
We got Mohawk in the chat. Hey, Mohawk.
Hey,
we got
Mohawk.
Brandon in the chat. Robert
Brandon.
Warney is with us tonight.
Robert.
Quentin, Chris, and Everbless is out there.
Everbless.
Hey, everybody. How's everybody's Monday evening? Everybody excited? Everybody's team that was in the playoffs for NFL win? Or are you sad because they lost? Tell me. Mohawk
We
said
know a lot
hi.
of stuff going on tonight.
Yeah, Travis said. Brandon
Travis said
says the
every day
WWE
is like this.
2K24
Travis
40 years
said,
of
Travis
WrestleMania edition.
I saw
40,
that.
40 years. Robert says, hey, what it do, y'all? Not much,
What it
Robert.
do?
How are you
Oh.
doing? When it says Bianca Belair and Montez Ford's show on Hulu trailer just dropped, and
I
it's
saw
called Love
that.
and WWE. Cody Rhodes is on the cover of WWE 2K24, and both Bianca Belair and Rhea Ripley is on the deluxe edition cover.
And if you get the nice one, it's like Hulk Hogan and The Rock and Stone Cold. This is the 40th anniversary of
Wow.
WrestleMania one.
Damn.
Whoa, whoa,
Chris says,
whoa.
so ready for Rollins to relinquish the title. Woo! Let's
Yeah.
fucking go. Happy day.
Happy day.
A title that means nothing, but it's cool, huh, Chris? Chris is like Rollins and leg cast. That's a wonderful sight. Okay, super fucked up, man. Yeah, Chris.
So effed up.
We don't put that on people like that.
What was that?
Just kidding. That he's in a leg cast. Ha ha ha.
Is he?
I don't know. Who's in a knee brace?
He's got a very feminine baby
Nolans!
bun on top of his head.
Nolans! Welcome to the Monday Night Rollins.
I don't know if this is Monday Night Rollins anymore. Monday Night Rollins isn't going to be on Monday Night Rollins. It's still considered Monday Night Rollins. Has it been a long week with your MCL tear?
Everbless says, hi everyone. Hi Wrestling Gab. And Walter says, okay, at 9 to 5 I'm going. We'll be here Wednesday for AEW. Still here. Ooh, he's going to blame gender for it. He's blaming gender, isn't
Yeah,
he?
of course, because he can't take accountability.
Mm.
Maybe he shouldn't have been wrestling for the title on a normal show.
Yeah, we all did.
Yeah, we all felt it go in. That's
Barely.
what she said.
Robert says, I'm great. Thanks for asking. I had to work today. I'm off chilling, watching wrestling. I had to work today too, Robert. I hear you, bud. Robbie is in the chat. Hey, Robbie, good to see you tonight. Glad you could make it. Says, big up Seth Rollins tonight. Walter says, Seth will give up the title, talk to doctors. Chris says, fuck off, Jade versus Bianca. How about no? I don't want to imagine it. I don't want to see them against each other at all.
No, gotta keep them apart.
Robbie says, never heard of the place you bellowed. New Orleans?
Narlands?
Surprised you haven't heard of New Orleans, Robbie. That's like the
Mecca for French people.
of the United States in the South. It's like a big party town. You'd be up in clubs and whatnot.
Yeah, you see boobs.
Sophie's like, hi, Cody. Bianca and Rhea will be on the cover of WWE 2K24. Somebody else was saying that too. Cool.
Yeah, it's basically Cody.
Everyone else is like, I'm going to be in the Royal Rumble. So excited.
That's
Good for
awesome.
you. Chris says this is a title that Nakamura should have won. A title that Finn should have won. A title that will...
Yeah, meniscus isn't a big deal. Yeah, standard.
Hmm.
Three to 4 months, that makes him maybe there for WrestleMania at the early end of it if he can work hard and rehab and his body's healthy.
Robbie says, do you completely miss the play on words?
Like, give me your belt. They're going to be wrestling the New Day tonight. Because the New Day rocks.
Not anymore, but okay.
You didn't know they rocked?
A deluxe cover of 24, and we also getting 40 Years of Mania cover.
Yeah, the good cover.
Chris says this is
Looking
like when
forward to it.
Batista relinquished the title in 06. They had a battle royal that same night. Kurt won that night. And Robbie says, so Rhea on the cover makes you want to buy the game. Great logic.
Ew.
Sophie says, have you noticed that they're giving you facts when a wrestler comes down now?
I didn't look.
Robert Bless is like, I'm ready to see Sasha and Naomi return.
Really? You want them to quit again?
I want the quitters to come back so they can quit again.
Walk out on their teammates there?
They're such good team players.
When it matters? That's
Chris
my
says,
problem.
oh
I have
shit,
with them.
my boy Gunter. And Sophie says, it was an MCL that Seth injured, not an ACL.
Yeah, that's good, because that'd be a
Yeah,
year.
MCLs are way better and easier to fix and rehab than ACLs. Chris says, fuck yeah, they are going to pull an Ultimate Warrior. Make Gunther IC title and world title? Nah. Ooh. Robbie says, D, what stuff are you getting these days? Not STDs. Sophie says, WWE 2K24, they're giving us double championship matches. Cool. Well, they gotta give you something more for it. Can't be the same old all the time. Boring.
This is a strange move by Triple H.
Well, he's kind of retarded, so.
Get some!
Workhorse champion, right from the beginning.
Blah, blah, blah. Come on, Gunther. Smack him in the face. And you failed.
Proud of. Lies. Just like me.
I was waiting for him to say something mean. But. He's so honestly sad.
Sadness.
Gunther is honestly sad.
He's so sad. Why? So it's fake.
It's fine. So they're just going to keep it on him.
Bold move.
Hey, 3 months. That's what it is.
We never see Roman for like months at a time. He doesn't even defend his title more than half the time, and everybody's so thrilled with him being a champion.
So in the meantime, they just want to keep the title on him.
Ooh, he admires it.
Like he gives a shit what he admires. Or you've been around for like 2 years.
He's
It'd be
been
funner
around
if Gunther was like a veteran or something.
He is in NXT UK. He's a total veteran. He's been
about
there
in
for
real
at
life.
least 4 until they closed shop.
And you're going to choose Seth and not Roman? What a coward. What a coward. Because he's scared of Roman. He just said it. Live on Raw.
Maybe
Gunther's
because they're separate
scared.
GMs, they can't go to SmackDown.
You can pick any champion you want.
Oh.
Awesome. So Gunther literally just said he's scared of Roman, wants no part of the tribal chief, and that he doesn't want a fresh, healthy Seth. He wants an injured Seth so he can pick on his knee and his back. Did I get that right?
No, that's not what I heard. I heard that Roman isn't worth his time because he's a loser. And that Seth is weak as fuck.
I don't think Gunther wins anyways, so it doesn't matter. But
he's going to
it's
win
still weird
everything.
that Gunther would just come out on TV and say that he's scared of Roman. Oh, look, they're shaking hands.
So gentlemanly.
Gunther's like this Sunday. No, it's Saturday, but whatever. It's all the same. Oh, God! We're going to start it out with this. The New Day. How fantastic is this? New Day. They're not matching tights, but sort of matching tights. They always dress up like some cartoon character or something. I don't know what they are tonight. Anybody know what cartoon that is? Or video game?
I don't.
Show me what you got.
What?
What? I said show me what you got.
I can't. That's not something you can do on YouTube.
Oh my God. It was a dance thing. Gotta shake it. Shake what your mama gave you. Cheese on pizza on commercials is glue. I don't know if that's true, but that's what I saw something a long time ago about it.
So this is Gunther versus Seth. We saw that like a couple years ago in a random Raw. Robbie says, you ordered anything lately? Yeah, I did. Some new sheets and stuff.
What have you ordered for me lately? That's a book.
Very exciting.
Not as cool as my book. No. Nothing. I showed my mom that today.
Yeah?
She's super excited.
That's cool. She came over. Saw him.
Yeah. Hey, look. That was Hogwarts.
So he says WWE 2K24 also going to give us Lose Leaves Town match. Chris says, yeah, my boy Gunther schooling Seth Rollins. Ravi says Gunther not sure on him, hasn't had any real matches to remember defending the title. Brandon's like Ivy Nile, WWE 2K24 40 years of WrestleMania edition. So he says, thank God Seth won't vacate the championship. If they had to make Seth vacate the championship, the only two ways you could crown a new champion is the Rumble or the Chamber. And Chris says, fuck
Do it
yeah,
with the Chamber.
target that fucking knee, Gunther. And so he says, Gunther messed up the days. He said on Sunday he will win the Rumble. And so he says, Drew still hasn't re-signed with the WWE as of today. And Robbie says, the New Day, they improved. Chris says, not a cartoon, just a design tonight.
They don't improve unless they have Big E. That's it. They can't improve. The New Day. Is it impossible they can improve?
I don't know. I'm going to say Enan says fuck, right? Jackknife the Knight is in the chat, says, so
Woo!
It's Gunther versus Rollins, Rock versus Roman, and Punk versus Rhodes?
As of now, I mean, obviously, maybe. We got to watch the Rumble on Saturday, which will be exciting.
We have to see who wins.
And then
Who comes out?
that'll kind of like map out some of that. And we'll have to see if The Rock shows back up and sit at the table. Said he was going to sit at the table. The head of the table.
Robbie says, new sheets, nothing beats the fresh feeling sleeping on fresh sheets.
Do you think if he sat at the head of the table, he'd just sit on Roman's lap?
I will. Or have Roman sit on his.
Why would you want Roman?
They're now $7. It used to be $5.
Why would you want Roman to sit on his lap when you want?
Because Roman's a baby.
What's The Rock? I just thought maybe they could sit on each other's laps or something.
Maybe. Zoe says, I guess Seth doesn't need surgery if he is planning to make Mania. And Jackknife the Knight says, true. Or comment back to his. And Robbie says, do you feel the sarcasm with my New Day comment? No. I don't feel it. I feel like you really meant it. And that you're a big fan.
Everybody's a big fan of the New Day. Aren't you a giant New Day fan? I have a New Day shirt downstairs.
You sure do.
Because New Day rocks.
At one point, they were kind of okay. Now they're just really lame.
New Day is always going to be Kofi and Big E.
So he says, I'm guessing Seth won't be at the next couple pay-per-views to heal his injury up. Steve Austin could somehow show up on this road to Mania.
Yeah.
And Jackknife says, I got a question for y'all.
Ooh, I'm ready to answer.
What's y'all's prediction for the Royal Rumble match, both women's and men's?
You know, I haven't really been paying much attention to the storylines. I don't know if Rhea is going to be in the Rumble. Doesn't she have a match? No, she doesn't have a match, does she?
Mm-mm.
Sometimes they do that where they'll put the other champion in there. Obviously, she would be a favorite if she was in it. I know that sounds weird, but she wouldn't win it. But they did that with Brock one year, put him in there when he was champion. But I would say Nia Jax is probably the clear favorite. But they could do some stuff with some others.
They could have a whole bunch of them gang up on her and kick her out first thing.
I mean, I would assume that Bayley gets thrown out by one of her friends.
One of her people in her group.
And that sets up Bayley versus Io Sky at Mania, probably.
Yeah.
We'll probably see Jade Cargill in there, and if she gets in there, I'm assuming she'll be in the final 4, and probably get thrown out, and that'll set up a feud with her and whoever throws her out.
I mean, you're going to have all your normals in there, like Natalya, No Knees.
Yeah, Knox.
Chelsea. What's her face?
Yeah, but
Piper
none of them are of the quality to be champions.
No.
But they're fun to watch.
They're all just going to be filler. We might see Liv back.
Liv could make an appearance.
A lot of people
will
think
get
like
people-
the specials are going to be like Naomi or Sasha. I really don't care.
And maybe some other AEW people could show up on there.
I never ever want to see those.
A few
two
years
ever
ago,
show up
they brought
again,
in some
but-
TNT guys, or TNA, sorry, not TNT, TNA guys, girls. The actual champion from TNA, actually, she showed up before, and so you could get some people from other companies just making an appearance.
It all kind of depends on how you think that the championships are going to be pushed. Because I don't think they're going to have Becky as a champion anymore.
Yeah, I think they've had it with Becky.
I think they've pretty much put her out to pasture almost.
Yeah,
Charlotte would have been, but Charlotte got injured, so she's going to be gone for over a year.
or right around. It could be under. Depends on her work ethic. She was already doing squats the day of, so
Yeah.
things could progress pretty rapidly there.
You have new people possibly coming in. We haven't really heard much more about Jade Cargill. People really want to see Liv come back. I mean, where's Sonya Deville? That's another one we could see in the Rumble.
Yeah,
you could
Big
see
Daddy.
some of the old ladies come back.
Because we all want to see Big Daddy.
What's their faces? The old women.
Yeah, you mean like the veterans or
Yeah.
whatever word you want to use there.
Mm-hmm.
Legends.
As for who's going to win it, though, that's hard because...
Triple H likes different types of girls, so it could be somebody from NXT because he really does like his NXT people.
I mean, because they really do have a chance to push, like, Bianca or Bayley for the Io Sky title. But they don't really have anybody they're really pushing for Rhea's title. Like,
Well,
she's been fighting people, but it's not, like, major stuff. It's, like, very, like, lackluster.
Right.
Fights.
There's not a lot of good women on Raw.
And so, that one's going to be kind of... That's going to be a little bit weird and different. But...
I mean, it was different if they had any respect for Becky, but it doesn't look like that.
And I don't know if they don't have respect for her, or if she just doesn't have respect for herself. So either she's not wanting them to push her for anything, and she's all like, I deserve to not have the title. I just want to be down here and just do my job. You know? And maybe that's true because her husband's a champion, and you know what I mean? It's kind of his time to shine. Who knows? I don't know how she fucking thinks. Oh, but some people think that way, right? I mean, that's a possibility as to maybe why she's not wanting to be pushed as champion, because she doesn't want to
overshadow.
Because she could and would, right?
Yep.
I mean, Seth is popular, but if you took a poll, Becky's way more popular than he is.
And a ratio to women to men, she's 10 times better than him.
And as for men, there's another one. Like, who you're going to push, right? I mean, Gunther already said he's going to...
It really depends on how they set it up.
You have Shinsuke, you have Bobby Lashley.
Yeah, but that means Bobby versus Roman. That's not happening.
You said they could pick anybody.
Yeah, but Bobby's not coming to Raw if he's working with the street business.
Right.
They're not bringing them all over. That means they'd have to bring Bianca too. That's a huge...
I mean, is Logan Paul going to be in it? I mean, or is he just like, no?
He has a match,
He has a match, I think, with somebody, The Miz. No. I can't remember who he has a match with.
Who he's been feuding with.
He has a...
Who is that? Why can't I think of who it is? Oh, Kevin Owens.
Oh, yeah. Kevin.
But yeah, I mean, in the boys, I think it'll definitely be one of the three now, you know, but it's either going to be Punk or Rhodes and Gunther. I don't see anybody else at that level.
Right.
They
I
can't
mean, you have
do
LA Knight and
I was going to say, they can't do
Randy
LA.
Orton.
He's already lost. Randy's a big guy, big star that could do it. But
and,
that's a weird way to go.
AJ Styles.
Yeah.
I mean, there's.
But they have
So
a
it all
match with
depends on
Roman
how.
on Saturday.
Right.
So are they going to put him back in the Rumble? Is the Rumble going to close the show, or is it going to open the show?
And are they going to put people that are in matches have a chance to get that opportunity
Right.
to
If it's
take
at
on
the
the
very
champion?
end, then yes. But is Roman going to not main event? That's weird as fuck. So I think they'll main event, and they'll put the Rumble on right before it.
Right.
And then they'll have the Rumble at the beginning. The women's Rumble will be first. Then they'll do some other matches, and then the men's Rumble will be second to last. Now, Triple H is booking it, so he could put it last still. True. But it would be weird to have Roman not main event. Woo!
Yeah, I don't know. They have such a weird setup now. There's like no like set things happening. Because Triple H is so weird about stuff that you don't have like a clear road of what's really going to happen.
For all we know, Tegan Nox could win the whole thing, men's and women's. She seems to get ahead in life.
So, I mean, that's, I know, Jack, that's probably not quite what you're like looking for. Like, but it's so broad that it's just kind of like, oh. Anyways, Robbie had said earlier, do you have the New Day t-shirt? No, that's actually Travis. It's all Travis's. He really liked their little pancake gimmick. Robbie says, who's actually is in the women's rumble? Fuck if I know, dude. They haven't even really said a lot of people.
Probably
I know
every woman on the roster.
Nia Jax says for sure. She said she was going to be there, so I know that one.
Becky's in there.
Jack says, yeah, Nia Jax hasn't gotten much. Jade could be big. Yes. Sophie says, if Roman main events the Rumble, it won't be the first time the World Heavyweight Championship match main events the Rumble pay-per-view. Jack says Liv could make an appearance. Harley says, what's up, everybody? Not much, Harley. How are you doing? Jack says, Harley, if I hate. And Sophie says, with the Rumble pay-per-view, the match placement is more important. It depends on who they want to main event WrestleMania. Robbie says, will we finally see Jade? I don't know, dude. That's another thing, right? Like, do they want to bury her at a Rumble or...
I mean, that's not really burying her.
No.
Especially if she gets... okay. So if Triple H is like Vince...
Which he's not.
Which he can...
But we'll pretend that he kind of is sometimes.
He can be. So he's going to have them gang up on her and throw her out, right?
Mm-hmm.
It might not be she's not going to be thrown out immediately. Then she gets mad. She gets in there. This is Vince McMahon booking. She gets mad. She gets in there or close to and pulls Bianca out by her braid. That's a Vince way to do it. Not saying that's going to happen, but I could see Triple H doing something that way too.
Why is that, Travis?
Because Vince, like the Kabuki Warriors and now Damage Control, which is Triple H's thing,
you
likes
guys
to put
have similar features.
Everybody that
we should put you together.
similar in the same group, and we also see it with the street business now.
You guys look like cookies.
I don't get it personally, but because if I was running the street business, I would not just have those three. Although they do like 3-man things. And that is a Triple H / Vince McMahon thing. I like 4-man groups. Because in the old days, it was 4-man things.
Right.
And then the Freebirds came and made it a 3-man thing. And you've seen that with the New Day. And now you're seeing it with the street business and / the Shield. Imperium.
We see it a lot. Except for the women's one.
Karrion Kross,
like a whole bunch of them.
His dudes.
With a valet for him.
Yeah, and a manager.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, why is the audio cutting out? It's because they're swearing.
They're saying, holy shit.
Why does USA give a squirt of piss if they swear? Yet they used to show tits.
Well, it's the PG era. Well, wait, it's not that anymore. I don't even know what era they're in now.
No, trust me, they're not in an era. It's like the non-era of the sensitive era.
Yeah, they can say bitch.
Well, say bitch. That's a female dog. Which isn't a big one.
shit is not that bad. People do it all the time. Some people do it multiple times a day. Some people talk it.
That's called
Some people smell like it. Some people pick it up.
See the one on the
Some
left?
people step in it.
See it?
Mm-hmm.
So no matter which one you buy, if you buy it digitally, you will have the Cody picture.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's how that shit works. Because I got the NWA one, then when Rey Mysterio was on the cover, and I got stuck with Rey Mysterio, I was like, that's stupid. I wish they'd make those other two in discs. Because I want that one, but it'll just be what it always is.
Yeah, bastards.
Bastard.
Oh, let's see.
Bastard. Like a fish.
Jack said, Becky kind of has been pushing the women's division in NXT and main roster. Sylvie says today marks 16 years since Kofi made his WWE debut. And Walter wants New Day to win this. Jack says, yeah, the only person who seems to go for her is Becky, but I'm not positive now. Brandon says 40 years of WrestleMania edition. And Walter says Cody and CM Punk face-to-face tonight. Fight, please. Sophie says we don't know how they are going to set up the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view this year. Like the final 5 and one random person could be part of one of the Elimination Chamber pay-per-view.
Right.
Jack says, well, I like the options y'all got. Thanks for the answers. Heck yeah, Jack. Those are good questions. Sophie says, I mean, the final 5 in the Rumble could be part of the Elimination Chamber match. Jack says, men, there's tons. And Walter says, WWE 2K24 looks cool. Comes out March 8th. Get it, Travis.
Definitely will. Always do.
Jack says, yeah, I don't think
Don't
Kevin Owens and Logan Paul would be in it. Probably not. Harley says it would be cool if they push Piper in a something. Sophie says sometimes wrestlers get double booked for the Rumble pay-per-view depending on where the champion matches land on the card. Jack says I wouldn't believe Rhodes would win twice in a row.
Right.
Walter says, are you guys going live Saturday for Royal Rumble? If
Absolutely.
yes, I will show up. Well,
We will
heck yeah,
definitely
Walter. We'll be here. Sophie says we got 2 Rumbles. Jack says, yeah. And Sophie says Roman either going to open or close the pay-per-view depending on if The Rock shows up Saturday. Walter says double 10 count, no winner. Oh.
Yeah, we saw that.
It was a draw.
Yeah, it's because they were all fighting outside.
And Jack says, I mean, Triple H kind of just surprises you. Jack says Tegan is underrated right now.
Is she?
I'll respect your opinion about Tegan Knox, but there's a reason why we call her Tegan No Knees.
Old no knees.
Oh, Walter says, yes, fight. Yeah, awesome. Sophie says, I guess everyone that isn't booked for the Rumble has a day off. We did see Jade Cargill on WWE TV for a couple weeks, then she disappeared. We saw her on TV because she was being introduced around, but she had been doing things outside of WWE production.
Yeah.
Like
Nothing
giving
on
out
TV,
belts
but she's
and
out
stuff
doing
like that.
things and
Getting her face out there
Yeah.
for WWE itself. Walter says, get the medics.
she's
Robbie
getting ready
says,
to carry the company on her back.
Robbie says, do you mock the New Day? But this match has been all right. Walter says, ECW, old chant. And Sophie says, what are the chances The Rock will show up on Saturday? Robbie says, Triple H has made some impacts being in charge.
It would be weird if he showed up. Where are they at? I don't know where the Rumble is. That would have a lot to do with it. And then the other part about that would be, is it right after Roman pins LA Knight
when
again?
does he show up?
Because, I mean, obviously, Roman's going to win. That's just who's going to get pinned.
Who's going to get the old pin? They're not going to do it to Randy.
They could.
They're probably not going to
but
do
I
it to
doubt it.
AJ Styles.
Right. I was thinking it's LA going to get the pin again after getting RKO'd.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, like he's their fall guy.
Mm-hmm.
So lame, poor guy.
But
Jack
that's my
says
guess.
it's not USA Network, it's the WWE production, and it's TV 14. Why they don't say shit? Ayla says, hey. And Sophie says, I expect the new Raw TV deal to be announced like sometime before Mania. And Jack says, not gonna lie, I'm excited for the guest ref mode in 2K24. Nice.
Yeah, that's always fun.
And Walter says, "Hey, Ayla," and Sophie says,
Special
"When
guests.
Vince." Especially what?
Special guests,
Oh.
referees are always fun. In real life, I mean, I've never seen it actually in the game, but.
Sophie says, "When Vince was in charge, we would know half the field of the Rumble, or they did qualifying matches to get into the Rumble."
Yeah, good stuff. You know,
Like it should be.
what always made me laugh was like Tozawa had to wrestle The Miz to get in, yet Seth would come out and say, "I'm going into the Rumble" on the same card, like the same Monday Night Raw, you know, like, I'm just introducing myself into the Rumble, you know, and then the other guys have to wrestle to get in. It's classic.
That's pretty funny. Walter says the game should be on PS4 and 5 and Xbox. Robbie says, "D, drink some wine for me on Saturday." Okay. I do have quite a bit.
Wine drinking.
Sophie says, "I'm surprised 2K24 is coming out quickly, and I'm also surprised we got a trailer for it." Robbie says, "D will never respect Tegan Knox." Nope. Jack says, "Yeah, Tegan right now to some people is kind of underrated, but if they push her a little bit, I'm telling you, she gonna get up there in the main roster."
Yeah. Can happen, especially with Triple H in charge.
Oh, yeah. She'll get up there all right. She's amazing. I'm sorry, Jack. I have no respect for her. I never will. I know that there are people who are fans of hers, but nope, not for me. Walter says, "Still good matches on Raw." Sophie's like, Tampa, Florida, for the Rumble.
Oh, that's where they're at.
Yeah,
so it's gonna be outside. Wow.
Sophie's like,
Wait,
"I'm
is
going
it
to
gonna
be
be
at the
outside?
Rumble."
Is it gonna be in the pirate ship? Is it a football stadium? Is this a stadium show? Or are they just gonna do it in a basketball place?
Walter says, "Sophie, have a good time, get drink and popcorn. Yeah, have a party." Robbie's like, "D, you got red or white wine?" Red. Sophie says, "It looks like Triple H was in charge of who was going to be the cover star of 2K24. Jax is like, "Yikes." Sophie says, "I think so." Tag team titles.
Rhea's got lace arms.
She's got a lacy bustier on. Squeak, squeak, squeak. Whoa.
What's happening?
Whoa.
What's happening?
I don't know what you're doing.
What's happening? Calm.
You almost pulled that completely off there.
My TV. Oh, wait, that's McDowell. Damien. Against The Miz.
The vicious side. You're going to do what I say.
Yeah,
You want vicious?
You want vicious?
I'll show you vicious.
I'll show you vicious. All 147 pounds of me.
Ooh, is he going to be all, whatchamacallit, the whatever guy?
Look at Maxine's
Is he going to put
top.
his paint on?
Oh, the demon. Want to see violent?
Want to see vicious? I'll show you vicious. He comes out in his demon wear. He's all like...
Why do they just bring these dudes on TV again? Let's go get this barefoot freak, Sarah Logan.
She's a bit of a freak.
She's a froke! Past tense, she's already froked. Ivy Nile!
Sophie says, "I haven't been to the Tampa Stadium before, so I don't know what it looked like. Is it weird even though Drew haven't re-signed with the WWE? The WWE keeps pushing him like he re-signed."
He hasn't been pushed at all that I've seen. He loses every time I see him wrestle. Literally every week he loses.
Jack's like, "Where's our truth?" Well, You know, he probably wasn't invited to that particular meeting.
That's weird that he wasn't there. Maybe he'll be out there for his partner, Damien, because she said don't go out there for Damien's match.
Troy's Keto and Wrestling in the chat says, hey, hello, how are you doing? Thanks for being in our chat. Sophie says they are building this Raw main event as a future pay-per-view main event. Walter says, Ivy for the win. Matroy says, hello, everyone. Chris says, love that wet blonde hair look. Sophie says, do you think we have this Imperium versus New Day feud to set up a Big E return?
Yes. That's what I keep saying. I mean, I'm going to say it until it doesn't happen. But if they're going to push, you know, Lord Gunther at the heavyweight championship, then that feud will end anyway, so it won't really matter. But.
Right. Jack says, can we change Sarah Logan from Valhalla back to herself? It feels weird just seeing her like that. Travis says that when he looks at her, he just feels that she smells bad.
She just looks like she stinks. He's not
saying that she smells.
She's wearing
just
carcasses.
That she looks like she would smell.
I don't shower.
He would be okay with her being back to just Sarah Logan.
Sarah Logan. I wear carcasses all over
She's
my
like,
body.
you know that deer that I showed that I killed on YouTube?
I had like 4 of them hanging in a tree.
She's like, I don't even clean myself. I just skin them and wear their carcasses around.
Oh, yeah. Some good shit. 1 in a million.
She's so funny. She like posts that stuff and then like, here's what people think.
Right.
But then tries to say she doesn't.
Right. Which is goofy. What the hell's the doctor gonna do? Use turpentine. Get it off.
Oh my god.
What the hell are you gonna get it off with?
I have no idea. Paint thinner.
Or turpentine.
Acetone. Pure acid. Paint stripper. I've got all kinds of great ideas.
Buffy the Vampire Slayer.
I'm pretty sure none of those would be very good for him, but it would be funny. Sophie's like, they're teasing the Judgment Day split. AEW is bringing back the ranking system, which a lot of AEW fans weren't happy when they got rid of it.
Yeah, that is a necessity to have. I feel like WWE should have copied that while they weren't using it. It's hard to use in WWE now because then it would blatantly be stealing it. It's such a cool thing because you can just have matches for no reason, which Triple H tries to do anyways.
True, he does.
But this way, it would be more reason-filled.
Chris says the total disrespect not putting my boy, the Royal Tribal Chief Yokozuna, on the cover of 2K24. LOL, the MF is over 600 pounds, so he's there'd be no room, so I get it. Oh, God.
With Yokozuna.
Yeah. Jack says, I wonder if they're going to still do the 4-way tag team showcase match at WrestleMania 40 like they did back in WrestleMania 39.
No idea.
I don't know.
WrestleMania is going to get closer. We're almost to the road to WrestleMania. We're on the road to WrestleMania. I saw that girl. She's standing behind them, but is she famous?
I don't know who that is. Did they say?
I didn't see.
I didn't hear anything, so I don't know.
She's standing right behind Cole and them, just to the left.
Sophie says it looks like at the Rumble.
Guitar lessons from Nita. Take some guitar lessons from Nita.
Or after we will see Judgment Day kick Damian Priest out and Damage Control kick Bayley out. Interesting. Jack says that match was wild and fun. That 4-way tag team showcase match they did. Sophie says CM Punk is the reason they got rid of the ranking system. Well, he just comes around and ruins a lot of stuff, doesn't he?
We'll see what he does to WWE. He's going to be on tonight. So it could all happen now. So Ivar lost last week. And now Gable has to jump on, right? He did win, right? Yeah, thought he did. Now we got Gable tonight.
Yes.
Poor Maxine. You don't want to hit her like that tonight. She don't have anything on top.
Yeah, she got a hit.
Ivy's going to come out and fight. Get her, Ivy!
Sophie says the WWE ranking system would be interesting. Probably.
Yeah, you'd have to get 1 versus 2 at some point, or 3 versus 4 at some point. And therefore, it makes the matches better. Look at up the aisle.
Oh, it's Crazy Girl.
Yeah. Can't remember her name. Nikita,
Nikki.
Nikki. Do
Oh,
you have another name? Cross. Nikki Cross. She's up the ramp.
She's just hanging out up there. Is it going to make Sarah, like, not be crazy?
It'll probably put her with her, and they'll be a tag team. And then that way it's 2-on-2. Come on, Ivy!
That person has a sign in the audience that says, Maxine, what's your number?
Wonder if that'll work. Unless she's talking about a sleep thing. Sleep comfort. Had somebody ask that on Facebook today.
Sleep number bed?
Yeah. Pros, cons.
I watched this lady replace all the sleep number beds in a sleep institute because they're so shitty. So they replaced them all because they're so bad. I know people like them, but I would never get one. Ever.
Your brother said he liked
They're
them.
just a glorified fucking air mattress. Like, who wants that?
People that like air mattresses, like camping and stuff. Oh, big
like
headbutt!
It's not that comfortable.
What, you can't cheat before. Oh my god! You can't cheat before you.
She's like, I'm gonna cheat.
Before I even have her pay.
Okay, I'm gonna put my cheat on. Okay, I'm gonna do it now.
It's terrible.
So let's put it this way.
Like, let's try.
So
and then
Sarah
cheat.
Logan hasn't been wrestling very much. Okay.
Yeah.
She's really rusty. Ivy Nell's cute and stuff, but she's not that good at wrestling either.
Yeah, neither of these two are.
And so it's just kind of like, who's gonna break what? I'm waiting for somebody to have something completely broken.
It's like Carmelo and fucking Austin Theory trying to kill each other the other day.
Oh my god. Sophie says Cody and CM Punk do have history. Do you think they will mention their time in AEW indirectly?
Maybe. I'm looking forward to their little.
We'll see.
Oh, Bulldog!
Sophie says, I think there was a rumor like a year or two ago that the WWE was thinking about doing a ranking system. Sophie says, how can the WWE do a ranking system with the current brand split?
Each one would have a ranking system.
Jack says, that fall from that Bulldog was scary. It looked like the knee connected.
I saw that too. I think she did knee her in the face.
She might have. It was kind of a slow, kind of botchy, kind of. So.
Yeah, neither of these two women need to be in the ring together. They had no business being in there together. 2 minutes,
Niall must be
44
married.
seconds. She have a ring on? Like a ring?
Rubber ring.
Oh.
Yeah. On her finger.
Yeet!
The New Day has a new wave.
What happened to poor Jay?
Where he became
He's
so
like,
weird.
They're like, hey, we don't want you in the bloodline anymore. So we're going to move you to Raw. But, like, you're not going to do shit. Except for, like, just be in the background. And run around and say yeet.
bootios. The bootios. So he says, Sarah Logan don't wrestle every week. Is this her third or fourth time in the ring since the WWE brought her back?
I think
it's
so.
Something like that, Sophie. Yeah, somewhere around there. So he says, it looked like Jay was going after Gunther. Jack says, true, Sophie. She did have a baby a long while ago in the past 3 years, I think. Yeah, she did have a baby.
So the Bailey's gang's there. They were just in the background right there.
Oh.
And then the camera panned off of them, so I don't know if they were there for a reason. See? Now he's turning into the Goofy. He's the new R-Truth.
Is he? Or is he like their new, like, hang out with them, New Day person?
Yeet.
Ugh. They should have continued not letting him utilize that. It's more annoying now.
I like it.
Of course you do. You're a weirdo. Chris says, oh shit, Gunther versus Kofi next week? Damage Control walking in the back? So he's like, Bliss baby is cute. Some babies. So old enough now that it actually looks kind of cute. When they're first, like, born, they're kind of ugly.
What are you talking about?
Babies.
Who did she say?
Bliss's baby is cute.
Bliss has a baby?
Yeah, remember? That's why she's gone.
Well, I knew she was having a baby. I didn't know she had. Oh,
yeah, she had her baby. Carmella had her baby. Bliss had her baby.
Wow, it's rare for a baby to be cute.
And
they're usually really gross.
somebody else had a baby too.
Yeah, 2 of those dames were out. Was it an AEW lady?
Maybe it was an AEW one that had a baby.
Biscuit.
Biscuit. You got a biscuit?
It was Sammy Guevara.
Oh, yeah. That's right.
Sammy Guevara.
That was the other one that had a baby. I was like, there was somebody else that had a baby. It was all in the same time, so. Chris says, R-Truth will be in Damage Control. Yeah, he's going to be in Damage Control next. He's going to go over there and think he's part of the group. Blood Ninja in the chat. Hey, Blood, good to see you tonight. Says, hello, hello. And Sophie says it seems like they don't know what to do with Jay after they broke him away from his family.
They have to put him back together. He's going to have to go save Jimmy when Solo and Roman turn on Jimmy.
Something. Jack says, hot take. Heel New Day would rock in this modern day.
Hey, if they can get another decade out of it, it would work.
I'd be really weirded out if they actually did turn heel.
Like start spitting on kids or something.
Oh my god, right?
I don't know what.
Like, how would you do that? Like, how would you make him? Jack, this is a question for you. How would you make them heel? Like, they literally for the last decade have been all happy rainbows and trombones and unicorn sprinkles all over everything. So, I mean, he was saying, oh, that's not all we are. But it is really all they are. So, how would you make them heel? Just in your own thing, how would you make them heel? Chris says, I can't wait to see Sonya Deville in the Rumble. That sexy, dark, long, jet black hair. Mm-hmm. Sophie says, Gunther versus Kofi for Raw next week, not at the Rumble. Blood says, why is Damage Control on Raw? Because they can.
Looking like the mom from the Munsters.
Who?
Sonya. They're jet black.
Oh, excuse me.
I can't remember her name. His name's Herman. What's his wife's name?
Oh, crap.
I cannot think of it. Gotta have something to do with Dracula, I would assume. His grandpa's Dracula.
Yeah. Chris says Shotzi better but put the wig on and come to Raw. Quentin says AEW should do a Valentine's Day pay-per-view special on TBS, and Valentine's Day is on a Wednesday. It is on a Wednesday. Good way to ruin my Valentine's Day. Thanks.
It's better than shit in the basement.
It's true. Chris says New Day was heel back in 2015. But what kind of heel? Because I don't remember him as a heel. So it must not have made a lasting impression.
They were bad guys, but not like evil. You're thinking evil.
Well, yeah. Who wouldn't?
Evil. Evil. Is it Mardi Gras or something?
Yes,
people showing their tits?
It's close to Mardi Gras.
Is it almost Lent? I don't know any of the religious stuff.
Sophie says the New Day was a heel group. I think Mardi Gras is going on because I've seen a lot of TikToks with king cakes and stuff where you get the baby and it means something for the year. So I can't remember what it means. I don't know any of those customs. So
what's Catholic?
The
Here
baby and the cake?
Well, Mardi Gras, the whole thing that Mardi Gras is based around is the Catholic Church.
Oh. Does anybody Walter, are you still in here? Chris might know too. The king cake stuff is disgusting. Thank you. What does the baby mean, Chris? Like, you're down in the southern area. I mean, it's more... Are you in the Bible Belt? No. Because it would be more south. Like Alabama, Louisiana, and stuff like that. Not up where the Bible Belt's more like Nebraska, Kentucky. Okay, so you aren't sure either. Okay. Is Walter still in here? Walter, are you still in here, bud? Before you leave, are you still here for a couple minutes?
Well, Naya's got her wrestling gear on, but she's just there to talk, it looks like.
Sophie says the New Day was a heel group when they first got together. Yeah, but the New Day itself wasn't a heel group. They were all sunshine and roses.
Rainbows.
Jack says if Big E does return, they could turn on Jay. Then Jimmy goes back to Jay with Solo, making the New Day versus Bloodline war. Maybe going to the next WrestleMania or major PLE. Sophie says when the New Day were first formed, there were rumors of them being the new version of the Nation of Domination. Old Lady Skies in the chat says, hey, and Royal Rumble is on my birthday this Saturday. I'm excited.
Hell yeah, awesome. Join us. We'll celebrate your birthday with you.
Sophie says Mark Henry was rumored to be part of the New Day at one point. Chris was talking about the king cake and says, I thought baby was like baby Jesus. I don't think it's supposed to be like baby Jesus.
6 pound, 4 ounce baby Jesus.
Jack says, what type of shows do y'all watch along? I might join some.
It's Monday, just wrestling. SmackDown, or some Monday Night Raw, SmackDown, and AEW's Wednesdays. And then the pay-per-views of AEW and WWF.
Yeah. We don't do all of AEW shows like Rampage and Collision. And when NXT and AEW were on the same night, we watched them together and would give updates. We mostly watched AEW, but we would give updates on what was happening on NXT. But with it being on a different night, we don't.
Why is Becky back out there? You just lost to her. Mm-hmm. And now Becky's back out there to lose again?
Sophie says Gunther versus Kofi for the IC Championship on Raw next week. That could lead to setup for Gunther's Mania feud. Sophie says SmackDown is going to be on my birthday in February. And Chris says, I remember when Bliss faced Nia at Mania for title. But who do you think is meaner, like in promos? I feel like Bliss is still meaner than Nia, unless she's holding back. I think that Nia isn't holding back. I think Nia just doesn't have the quality to have that good of a promo. Right. And Bliss, where they pretty much stifled her ability to be anything. But when she was Bliss, like the goddess, like she could rip you up one side and down the other.
Yeah, she was the best in the business.
She literally could make you feel like you were a piece of speck of dirt on the ground that nobody cared about ever. Remember Bayley versus Bliss?
So I think she'd rather see her lose than win. Becky's a weirdo.
She just wants to
There they are. We knew they were there.
So she just wants to see Nia lose. So she doesn't care if she wins.
Yeah, right. They're like, put her in black. It's not working.
So thick. Oh my goodness.
She's put on a lot of weight.
You need to stop eating the cupcakes, girlfriend.
She's gonna look like Nia in a couple weeks.
Like I mean, and it's sad because she carries all her weight in that area, in her hips and her butt area, and so she just gets wider and thicker there.
She got big boobs.
Yeah, but she's still tiny in the chest area, so she comes down and then fans out.
Apple bottom or pear bottom or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
You can see it in her cheeks. Damn.
Mm-hmm.
Nia helped.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-oh. Here's a punch. We're waiting for that punch.
Mm-hmm.
Man slam. Oh, that'll hurt your hips. Poor Bailey.
I think Bailey got the short end of that shit stick.
Yeah. Well, next year at Mania, they can do like a sumo match between those two ladies.
Now she keeps going down the road she's going.
Whatever they call it.
There's a possibility of that. I hate saying that because she's always not been like that, but
no, she's
after she had that, which is so strange to me because she had a knee surgery, and when you have knee surgeries, they don't want you to gain weight. It's really bad for you.
It could be depression or something.
Sophie says you remember Bailey versus Bliss. I don't. Sophie says I wonder how many legends we'll get in both Rumble matches this year.
It really is going to depend. I would assume there'll be a few, but the legends aren't as cool as they used to be, right? Like, your legends, the true legends, are all too old to be in there. And so the legends that would come back are the ones from like 2010, 2000, somewhere, 2000 to 2010. And there's not a lot of legends in that time. Triple H has got a bad heart. HBK is busy.
He's got too many brain aneurysms.
Who else are you going to put in there? Bret Hart, you can't put in there. I can't think of anybody of worth. Now, the women, there's a lot of women they could put in there. They could even bring in Stacy Keibler if they wanted to. But for the men, there wasn't a lot of men at that time that are legends and that are still alive. Eddie Guerrero, gone. Chris Benoit killed his family and then himself. Triple H, HBK, what's his name? Batista. They're not going to bring Batista back for that. Who else? Ronda Rousey's busy for women.
Yeah.
The Rock could be in it, but that would be weird. Stone Cold, maybe. I mean, obviously, Brock could make an appearance. There's one. Undertaker's not coming. The only other guy there is John Cena that they're showing. But that's not even a surprise. If John Cena's there, it's not even exciting. Because he's there so much that it's not like a huge return when he shows up. You're like, oh, there he is again. The dark days of the WWE, that's what I call that, when Shawn Michaels won back-to-back.
Oh, fuck.
It was after all the good wrestlers left, and they had nothing. They had to break up tag teams, which HBK, see, it's right there at 95. But they just didn't have anything. They broke up the Hart Foundation. They broke up the Rockers. They broke up the Bulldogs. Because Vince had nothing.
Yeah.
Because they all left. All the talent bounced. So you had all this weird wrestlers. There's like this Canadian dude that would sing. I can't even remember what his name was. Lance Storm type dude.
Chris says, yeah, I remember when Bliss smacked Bailey's ass with the kendo stick. Sophie says, I saw a YouTube video of someone ranking every halftime show we got over the years, and some of them were good. And some of the halftime shows I hardly remember. And some legends are in AEW. And Sophie says, you're forgetting Goldberg, who's completely broken.
There again, Goldberg. Like, that's another one that's not going to show up unless it's a big deal. So we got Dominic and The Miz next.
Ooh. Sophie says, in the Vince era, would see a lot of legends in both Rumbles. And Robbie says, John Cena, how lame. Chris says, holy shit, Bam Bam Bigelow was going to win the Rumble in 88, but Hacksaw won. Just saw the clip they are showing, didn't actually know that. That just proves that back in the day, they relied on big man. Jack says, I feel like during the match with Priest versus McIntyre, another hot take, McIntyre steals the Money in the Bank briefcase and cashes in Seth before if Seth's injury need to be taken care of immediately or after, so Seth can take it slow with his injury. But I don't know if it could work, depending on storylines.
Yeah, I don't know about the stealing of the briefcase. Although, it's a good idea, but it would just put Damian back a year or two.
Mm-hmm.
And he's already close to 40. If he's going to do it, he's got to do it soon. Because he was in the Indies forever.
%, of guys.
I watched how you refill that.
Yeah, it's just soap and water.
There was something else in there too, but I can't remember what it was.
Maybe some vinegar?
I don't think it was, but it was something. But it could have been. Brian Power, helping you buy better.
Sophie says, I thought Damian was going to come out to cash in when Seth was out there.
He should have. And that's what would happen in reality if somebody had a briefcase like that. But they're not doing that storyline wise. They send out Gunther for some weird ass reason.
Not alright.
I should get the watch.
Jack's
Grandpa
like, me
was
too,
a
Sophie.
homing
Chris says, what if Logan Paul won the Rumble if he was in it? I don't think he's in it this year.
No,
but
he's
if
got a match.
Gunther being IC champ, then Logan still could later in the night.
Yes, he could. They could always put those guys in there. Like Kevin Owens could enter the Rumble later. It really is going to depend on how much NXT talent Triple H is going to try to throw at us that night. I would assume you're going to see Carmelo Hayes. Maybe the guy that hangs out with him, Trick. You could see Braun Breaker. I doubt you'll see, what's his name, the big guy that's with Braun right now. Baron Corbin. They're a tag team, by the way.
What? That's silly.
Mm-hmm.
That's just silly. Chris says, Breaker is going to be in the Rumble. Sophie says, which Rumble do you think will open the show?
Women.
The women.
Although, if they're going to put Roman in the main event, you could open it with the men's.
That's true.
And then you could have that. I personally like the women's matches when they're good. Like the Charlotte ones, the ones that last 12, 15 minutes. The Money in the Bank, or whatever. What was that one we watched with the Chamber?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm talking about? Is it Survivor Series?
I think so, maybe.
With the 2 rings.
Oh, War Games?
War Games. The women do it just as good, and they're fun to watch. But some people are just so anti the women's stuff that they call it bathroom break or whatever. And they could do that right before the main event. Except for sometimes, those women can tear the house down, and then all of a sudden it's like, well, you got to do something in between. That's the deadening time.
Mm-hmm. Her hair's too orange red. It's creepy.
I don't mind it right now. You should make other plans for WrestleMania.
Yeah, it looks like you should.
She'll probably win at the Elimination Chamber and then go on to wrestle her for the title at Mania.
Right.
Here it comes! The best in the world.
Chris doesn't want to see that Oba Femi guy in the Rumble. And Sophie says, wasn't there one year the Women Rumble main evented the Rumble?
Sure was. And her name was Ronda Rousey.
And then she ruined everything. Good for her.
Her name was Ronda Rousey. They also had, it happened once, women main event WrestleMania, and her name was Ronda Rousey. Never see it again. And trust me, I wouldn't mind to see it if the talent's good enough. But I just don't see it happening ever again.
Don't tag in, dog. I'm in a singles match. Mysterio boys. Dominic. Mysterio boys? Yeah, Dom and Nick. It's one guy, Drew.
I never caught that till last week.
I know, Travis was out of the picture. I caught on right away. I'm like, that's
Dom
funny.
and
He thinks
Nick.
there's two about Dom and Nick.
That's
it's like,
too
I
great.
can't find that Nick guy on social media. Nick
Dom's
Mysterio.
everywhere.
Jack says, I don't know. We want truth. We want truth. Jack says, I don't know why, but you kind of look like Eddie Kingston a bit to me. No offense, though. Yeah, Travis.
Ooh.
Eddie Kingston.
Great.
You're from the dumpster. The dumpster of America. Congratulations.
I'm from Jersey. I don't know how people from Jersey talk.
Like those people on that show. They were on MTV or something.
Right, the shore.
The Jersey Shore people. Sophie says we only have 2 championship matches booked for Saturday so far. That could change tonight.
Yeah.
Sophie says Ronda had the worst WWE matches. And Jack says Nick is better than Dom. Chris says, yeah, like the closet women main event of Mania I could see in a few years is Jade Cargill versus Tiffany Stratton. But it's more of a SummerSlam main event.
And it's not a WrestleMania main event, right? Like, it could be night 1 ending, but that's not a main event. Main events, you close the whole thing down and they load up the trucks and drive off.
Yep.
Right?
So
That's the main event.
Yeah.
It's happened once, and it was Becky winning. She pinned Ronda. Didn't really pin Ronda. If you guys ever watch it, Ronda's shoulders aren't down.
Yeah.
She pinned Ronda, went off with both titles, and the man era was concreted in stone and all that.
Sophie says I could see Logan Paul versus Kevin Owens open the show. And Chris says Travis looks more like LA Knight. Yeah.
Yeah.
Self-proclaimed ex-con. Oh, God.
Prison changed him.
Changed him.
He was a lot different before that Thanksgiving.
Jack
couple
says,
years ago.
I wonder what they'll do with the tag titles for WrestleMania. Who knows?
You know, I'd like to see them separate them. So we had 2 matches,
Right?
but we'll see how that works out.
Jesus.
Rey Mysterio is no longer a legend. He's a
Wade
deadbeat
Barrett.
dad. He's just a deadbeat dad.
Deadbeat dad. So it says if they wanted SummerSlam to be the summer version of Mania, they have to find a way to find a number 1 contender for the main championships. Chris says, is LA Knight going to be Mr. Kennedy in the Rumble?
Right.
Sophie says,
Kennedy.
do you think we will get a WWE draft?
Yeah,
And Ayla's like, Ray is my dad?
they will,
might.
and
He
it's
might
going to
be.
be a big deal because
He is a deadbeat.
it'll be when everybody's changing stations, right? So Fox is going to get nothing, and then WWE SmackDown's going to go to Raw, and it's everywhere. USA Network. We don't know where Raw's actually going yet.
Where's SmackDown going?
To USA.
Oh, okay. It's coming back to USA.
Yeah.
Jack's like, draft is probably coming soon. And Ayla's like, wow, cool. Yeah, cool.
So they did a spinoff of the Brothers show?
No, none of them are spinoffs.
That's
No,
with
he's
the
not.
brother of the Sheen?
Yeah, that's not. No, 2 men and a whatever it is,
Yeah,
or
2 men and
two
a
and a
boy.
half men.
Oh, yeah.
No, it's not. It's not a spinoff of that at all.
Oh. Why is it the same woman and the same dude?
What do you mean this? I mean,
Her and him were on that show, and they were exes. And they fought over the boy.
Okay, so maybe that was something they worked well together. I don't know.
Well, she wasn't on it
Maybe they're
very
the only
much.
ones that fucking want to work.
Maybe.
Jesus. So if it's like wherever Raw lands, that network or streaming service is taking a long time to announce it. Chris says Andrade at Rumble, I don't think crowd will pop that hard.
No.
Eh.
I wouldn't.
Jack
I mean, I'll be
says-
like, oh, Andrade's back.
Jack says, well, it depends. Depends if some people watch AEW and remember Andrade back in the late 2010s. Okay, possibly.
Is the tens the teens?
Yeah.
Okay.
2010s.
I'm like, what's the tens?
How would you like me to say it?
Teens.
20 teens?
It's the teens. 19,
The
16,
20 teens?
15, 14.
Because they're the 10s, not the 20s.
They're not the tens, though. Wouldn't 10 just be the 10?
The 00s. How do you say that one?
I don't know. That's one I never understand.
Early 2000s could mean anywhere from 2000 to 2019.
Right.
Technically, you could even go further and say that we're still in the early 2000s.
Because you go by quarters.
Yeah. Because it's a century is 100 years.
When's the mid?
The 50s.
So like 40 to 60.
Yeah. Somewhere in there. See? Nasty sounding. That sounds so gross.
Peanut butter bacon time.
Ugh. Chris says Okada at the Rumble would be nearly impossible if he's wrestling on Thursday for TNA unless it is a taping. Sure.
Well, I mean, he can take an airplane ride. If he's a free agent, he can do whatever he wants.
Might
And
not
they
be a
have
fun
worked with
ride,
TNA
but-
before. Just a couple years ago, they brought in the TNA Women's Champion, and she was on there,
Yeah.
or whatever they call it, Impact. There's a clothesline by The Miz, and another clothesline by The Miz.
Jack says if Cena just comes into the Rumble like he did in '08 out of nowhere, like an RKO, and wins his third, I would cry. But at least we in good hands with Triple H. So it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, I don't see that happening.
Well, even if Vince was still doing stuff, it wouldn't happen.
Yeah, I mean, obviously he's not ready to carry the company. He's got other things going on. Dominic can't roll through. It's hilarious. He just teabagged him. Whoa! Oh my god, that's a giant head. McDoe, that giant head flipped right over by The Miz. When you're top heavy like that, I wonder if you fall over. Oh, Miz almost had him. We need that skull crushing finale, Miz. So close. Get him, Miz. Ooh, tonight, Shayna Baszler and Zoe Stark going up against Candice LeRae in indie wrestling. Ooh, with the it kicks.
Kick to the face.
There it is.
Face kicking.
Nope, rolls
oh
through.
no.
Uh-oh, he's going to get punched.
Chris says Dominic winning the Rumble will be out of left field, but I think he will win Money in the Bank this year.
Oh, dear God. Can you imagine?
Him holding on to it? Oh, God.
619.
So that Finn could violently kick poor Miz in the face.
He's going up top. Miz is done. Dirty Diana's going to win it.
Aww,
1,
poor Miz.
2, 3.
Boo.
8 minutes. About 9-minute match.
Boo. Not sure if this is a Vicious she was talking about, but whatever. Who is that?
DIY.
Oh, these morons.
Oh, Lord.
Oh, that's why they're out there.
Anyways, DIY worked their way down to the ring.
Yeah.
It's Ciampa and Johnny wrestling.
Mr. Spaghetti.
There it is. That giant head. I'm surprised it didn't bust the ring.
Oh my God.
That is a lot of head. They wanted some meat in the middle. Next week, poor Damien's gonna have to defend his title against Baby Shark and whoever that other guy is. Ciampa.
Oh.
Tommaso Ciampa. There's Damien.
Yeah, your match. What is it? Yeah, business.
Ha The Dominic. He added me on Venmo.
He got a dirty history. Ooh, the man. That's Becky.
The man is Becky. Yeah, he's hated on him a couple times out of just straight jealousy.
Pure jealousy. Yeah. He's gonna get punished.
He deserves punishment.
He's gonna get the punishment. She seems confused. Jack says, I'm just imagining Gunther trying to get into the arena for the Royal Rumble. Well, why? Wouldn't he be able to?
He's going to win it. He already called it.
It's happening tonight sometime.
Main event.
The Drew Mack and that guy.
It's the main event.
Damien.
It's the main event.
Is it?
Yeah.
Not the talking segment with CM Punk and Cody?
That could be at the end. It's not a main event. Can you imagine going to an event and the main event is talking?
It's happened multiple times.
I know,
I've
but
seen.
I'd be so furious. Thank y'all. The thank you crew.
Yeah, the thank you crew. Weird.
Here comes Chad and Ivar.
Chad Gable and Ivar.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's coming up next,
After
people.
this commercial break.
Jack says, I'm just saying that because Michael Cole told Gunther that the Rumble was on Sunday. Oh.
Right.
So it was Michael Cole's fault that Gunther said Sunday when it was really Saturday?
No, Cole told him it was Saturday.
Oh. Chris says, hell yeah, worst main event action, Andretti versus Daniel Garcia.
Fuck you. Nobody wants to see that. Ba 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 ba. Good stuff. Those look like ginormous raisins. Like, I didn't even know they made raisins out of it. It's like they're grapes in there. Or do they put like 2 or 3 grapes?
No, it's supposed to be 1. I guess it could be 2, but...
See, it sounds like she says Fuji.
Bougie.
Like, that's why I didn't know what that word was.
Like $7 bougie.
But it sounded like Fuji.
I remember when they used to be $5.
You just said that the last. Is that Little Caesar?
Pizza Hut.
They had $5 pizza.
It used to be $5 thing or whatever, that and Domino's, Pizza Hut and Domino's. And then it went up to like $5.99.
It's called inflation.
It's shit that shouldn't be happening, but it is. Literally shouldn't even be happening, but they're making it happen because they got too greedy. All the corporate places got greedy of, well, people are paying these prices, so we're just going to keep raising them. Give you less product, prices more.
Championship.
Shrinkflation's happening. Jack says the sound of that match sounds good as a mid-card, but main event, would just walk out like Ronda versus Shayna at last year's SummerSlam.
Oh, Lord.
Chris says, by the way, Sky Blue was on Chris Jericho podcast today. They made a post on Insta, a pic of Jericho hugging Sky. LOL, the comments, man. NDA, one comment said, you gonna bang her too?
That's great.
Don't worry, later on she'll be like, it wasn't consent hugging. And she'll be like suing him or something.
He's going to be 3 inches deep in her tonight. What are you talking about? Is her name Michaela or something?
Something like that.
The Olympian.
At least she's a her. In the her sport.
Hey, it's Bronson. Yeet!
Chris says, hell yeah, Blue will be like, I have emotional damage from the experience. Emotional damage. Oh my god, it's going to be an example.
Who calls themselves big? Like, I get if you have a
probably
nickname.
not quite the nickname we'd want to go for, but...
Most people don't call themselves by their nickname. Right?
Well, you know, when people like to refer to themselves in the third person. Example, The Rock. I mean, after all.
Big Bronson Reed. Now, if I say it, it sounds fine. But if he says it, it's weird.
Jack says, I wish early 2000s TNA R-Truth was one of the best R-Truths in his career. Chris says, oh, guy, damn, Bronson Reed really wants to eat. Eat versus eat. Big Bill versus Big Bronson Reed.
Use the hip.
They're trying to give him the Heimlich maneuver. I don't think it's working.
Otis would just die. No, he was trying to do what Gable was doing to him earlier.
Oh.
Now, is Sarah out there with him again? Or is he coming out alone? Looks like he's alone. Also looks like he stings.
Representing the Viking Raiders, who probably don't exist and might never ever exist again.
That beard is fucking crazy.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, crazy. You know, some people can't even grow them that long. Like, they just stop growing.
You?
Well, I stopped mine. I think it's like here because it's the... Let's get nuts, he said. These nuts.
Goodness.
Kick him in the dick.
That sounds terrible.
Grab his dick and twist it. The dick twist. Into the ropes. Chad Gable. Got caught. Fell right into a slam.
Oh, God. Jack says if Dom got in a mix of his theme with Eddie Guerrero's 2005 cell phone heel theme, it would go hard.
That'd be funny. Into the ropes. Drop kick.
Oh.
Elbow drop, but nobody was home. Look at Chad Gable attacking him. Gable's got him with the offense. The double thrust right to the throat. Whoa, spinning neck breaker.
So violent.
Tonight we got a face-to-face with Punk and Rhodes. Do you think that'll be at the top of the second hour? Or third hour, whatever? Because that's usually when they do it, right?
Yes.
With Cody. He used to come out all the time at the end of the second hour. Keep everybody interested up until that main event.
Yes.
Because the third hour's hard. Hard as a diamond in an ice storm. Whoa! Picks him up, drops him around. Oh, is he going to slingshot him outside? He's going to sling him outside.
Oh, God, that is neck.
Oh, he didn't go. It's like a neck breaker.
You have to be careful with his neck. It got broken. That's a dangerous move.
Oh, splash! That's 800 pounds.
Did you say 800?
Well, they're because of the kinetic energy.
Oh.
What are you doing?
Hmm?
What you doing?
Rubbing my ears?
They hurt from me yelling?
Probably. No.
Put an earplug in
it. Chris says, hell yeah, if Dom debut at the Rumble with cell phone theme, it would get a pop. Because they think it's Eddie, but then Dom comes out, gets heat. Jack says that pop would be boos and woes, but the Rhodes one, but the surprised woe.
That's funny.
Well, that was my mail lady that was texting me. No, but she got a bun, I guess. She was sick. She said she had a really bad flu. Like, it's terrible.
She's better now, though.
Yeah. But I'll just have my normal appointment, which won't be this next weekend, but the weekend after. I'm fine with that. I just was hoping it wasn't like her family or something, because I know her mom, was kind of sick and stuff. So that's why I was like, I hope everything was okay, because it kind of freaked me out a little bit. And the inside is all the rejected Kit Kats. You're literally eating Kit Kats within Kit Kats. The stuff that's in the middle. So you know how you have the wafer and then you have that like creamy stuff like in between the little wafers? That is actually crushed up, mushed up Kit Kats that were like imperfect or something or left over from production. They just recycle them back in and mush them all up and put it as a layer.
Awesome. So how'd they make the first one?
I have no idea. It must have been just a mistake.
First one that was everything was perfect. They're like, shit. They're like, oh, what do we do with all these rejects?
All the ones that are retarded. Okay, I have a great idea. So we take the wafers and we mush these up and then we slather that on in between it like cake. And then we cover it all in chocolate. I have no idea. Vapo shower. Those are good. Vapo shower.
I haven't had a Vapo shower.
When you get yucky sick where you're like you can't breathe, those are nice Vapo showers.
Is that getting in the shower?
But you have to like have a really hot shower and do like the really steamy. Like
well, how the hell do you get it
humid.
hot?
Like your hot shower.
You can't stand in it.
Like you don't make it so it burns. You just get it hot enough that it's steamy. Doesn't take much.
Isn't that just a normal shower?
I don't know. Sometimes you take cold showers. I don't know what you consider normal.
Whatever.
Jack says that Papa would be booze and was. I read that. Chris says, LOL, on a live stream the other day, we were making fun of all these crazy Japanese names and how Dave Meltzer always gives them 7 stars. We were like, I don't care about Curry Walla versus Shib Ima. And we went on making up funny Japanese names.
That's pretty funny.
Come on. It's like saying take a shoulda. Come on.
I made a hockey player back in 1995 who I'm still proud of. And his name was Haim Wackenoff. So I know what you're talking about. Old Haim. Because of all the Eastern European names. Haim Wackenoff. Get him, Gable!
Lies.
Uh-oh.
He didn't even touch it.
Pedigree, power slam. 1, 2, and Gable kicks out.
He's like, no, it was 3. I can count.
Poor Ivar. They're like, well, we're going to throw you out there. You're going to lose to all these little guys, and then we're probably going to let you go. Since Eric's broken.
He's just trying to make money for his family.
Right? Without pillaging.
Yeah. I don't know. He's been doing pretty good. You know?
Yeah, but he loses to
I know, but still, that was a fluke thing. I don't know. He beat him before, so. Just turn over. There you go. Now kick him.
Did you ever see in Seattle when they blew up that whale
They blew up a whale?
on the beach?
Was it because it was just taking over the beach and it was rotting?
Mm-hmm.
They're like, well, we're going to have a great idea. We're going to explode this rotting well.
Mm-hmm.
That sounds like a really bad idea.
Yeah, they thought that they had it figured out, that they would just incinerate it, basically, with the explosion. And then what was left, the little teeny pieces, would be eaten by the birds and stuff.
Right. That sounds like a bad idea all the
So
way
they
around.
put dynamite everywhere around it and everything else. And then,
Around it? You'd have to put it inside of it.
And then they backed up, so many feet or whatever.
Right.
And then they had all the people, like, standing around. They all had their beach chairs and stuff because they're all watching it because it was this display. And they ignited this dynamite.
I hope they all got sprayed with gross, putrid,
Huge
rotten.
chunks of whales started falling from the ground. Like, huge.
It went boom, and it's like raining pieces of whale, but it's not like little pieces of whale.
Yeah,
it's like gigantic, bigger than brick size pieces of whale.
Yeah, 50,
that if they
60,
fall on
70 pounds.
you, could possibly break you and murder you. But it's
over
okay.
a quarter mile away, it was raining whale.
Dead, stinky, rotten.
Oh yeah, It was disgusting.
It was delicious. They're like, well, that wasn't a good. You know what? We should not ever do that again. Now what do they do? Just let it rot on the beach?
I don't know. They probably have like a.
Or do they try to trolley them out after a while? Like, how do they do? Do they have to like go in there with gigantic chainsaws and hack them up? Where's the butchers? We need some butchers in here. Can you guys help us out?
Does anybody know how to get a hold of Leatherface from Texas? See if he wants to live on the beach for a while.
Make sure that when you put this down that that's not caught in there.
Ivar up top. Nobody's home.
Oh no.
Chad's gonna get him with it.
Ah.
1, 2. Oh, Eric kicked out. Boo.
He got out of that really quick. He's just like, I just had to fall over. It's fine.
That's all in the hips.
You would have to literally put all your trust in that little man to not break your neck again. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, I'm putting my faith in you, little man.
I'm so little.
Jack's like, if WWE hosted a G1 climax, that might go hard.
Yeah, if they ever decided to do something like that.
I don't even know what that is.
This is when you put other people in there with your stuff.
Oh.
It's just what Japan does. They have a G1 thing.
Mm. Oh, God, here she is. She's out there.
She's trying to kiss him. Oh, he hit him right in the butt.
He's like, thank you.
Oh, God.
Thank you very much.
He landed right on his head. Hopefully he's alive.
I hope he's dead. Just kidding. What do you think Chris said?
About Valhalla? Or what are we talking about?
About
the whale?
The G1 climax.
Oh.
What do you think he said?
I have no idea.
Oh, come on. It's Chris. White Christmas.
God.
You know, stuff.
Dear God. 11 minutes.
Okay, I'm going to read it. Are you ready?
Mm-hmm.
They need to host a WWE Diva climax.
Here comes the climax. Watch this. Ivar just grabs him and like just throws him on his head because he's so strong, right? He just drops him.
It wasn't on his. It was on his shoulder, but it looked like his head. But he moved. He like was just on this side like that when he landed on the thing. It was just his lower body he hurt. She's like, okay, I'm coming down without all my stuff.
Stinky.
He has a bloody lip.
A mere 2 months ago. They're going to be in a ring together. Why? We don't know, but it's happening.
It's happening.
This is the tall blonde that just walked by.
There was a tall one.
And she didn't even look at him. She just kept walking. She was in a coat and everything.
Chris says, damn, CM Punk must have colored his big ass eyebrows. He has those? That liar of whatever better win that shit.
I think so too. And on top of that, I don't want her to be champion either, though. Like, both of them are kind of crappy.
Well, of course, but I'd rather have the Lyra than the stupid Roxanne weirdo lady. The beach house goes.
Plot twist. The cat got everything.
You got a train set, Todd. What did Todd say? He said something like it doesn't make logical sense, or maybe he said it does make logical sense. He has a cat. It is a beach house. Lots of sand. Pooping everywhere. Chris says Lyra and Roxy are basically the same thing. Yeah.
Yeah. And
Chris says, if that whore is I'm the Rumble, I'm going to lose my shit. She was in it last year. Okay, I'm going off too much on these girls. Which whore was it are you talking about?
Probably Roxy, I would assume.
Are you talking about Roxy the whore or which whore? I'm confused.
I want whores in my Rumble. It was deleted the other day. I can't remember what you said. It was just like that.
What?
I think I asked you how your day was going or something. And you're like, Remember? And I said it's like those commercials.
Well,
dramatic.
I know what you were kind of talking about, but I hadn't seen that specific one. So I was confused. And I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about.
It was the one with the guy, and he's like,
and I still don't
my
even know how
phone
it...
is broken.
Are you talking
But
about
I'll never be able to replace it.
Are you sure it was that, or he was talking about their internet, like their bill?
There's like 2 different ones with him.
Oh.
And that's the third one I've seen, or fourth one I've seen. The second one tonight that was different.
Oh,
so they have a shit ton of. But basically, it's about being dramatic about your bill. And you were being dramatic about something. I can't remember what it was, but it was hilarious.
All right. Chris says, and now Cora is out for a year for being on her knees for Shawn Michaels and even Triple H when she showed up on Raw one time. It's true, Chris. That's probably why she broke her ACL. Makes total sense to me. I think that's the only way they can tear. They do a lot of that kneeling down crap, and then they go out there and try to jump around like crazy people, like they have pogo sticks for legs.
Are you calling them chicken heads?
A little bit. Jack says Cora Push is gone.
It is for now.
Yeah, hopefully when she comes back, it'll still be around, but who knows?
Well, it's just like Nikita. Nikita came back, and we haven't seen her.
I don't think it has anything to do with
I don't know.
2.5 Men.
It's fine.
I think it's just different. Because he's saying
here's
kids...
their new show. But it's on Hulu.
Why? Shouldn't it be on Peacock?
She tells him something. And he's like, it's my house too. I pay 25% of the bills.
That's funny.
The one I watched earlier. He's like, it's my house too. I pay 25% of the bills.
That's cute. You know, I'm kind of glad that they're doing something like this.
Mm-hmm.
It's, you know, because they have Ms. and Mrs.
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of cool that they're doing.
I just wish it was not on just Hulu.
Yeah, that's dumb. Why is it on Peacock? Wouldn't it be part of their WWE stuff?
Right. I just wish it was on TV.
Right. Well, I understand that, but even Ms. and Mrs. is on USA, so you
Mhm.
have to have cable in order to watch it.
Yeah, but some people have cable. Nobody has Hulu.
We'll have Hulu. We're just one of the people that don't.
Yeah, very few people have it.
Jack says, I need the 3-brand Survivor Series again, like in 19. That would hit.
You liked that, huh? She absolutely had to come apart. And the only reason that came about was because of the Saudi
They couldn't
Arabia
make it back from Saudi Arabia.
incident, but she had a giant meltdown about that.
It was how they portrayed it.
Yeah, they just made NXT too competitive.
They made NXT like they were the fucking bee's knees and couldn't lose to anybody. And they're a fucking development fucking brand. They're not fucking mainstream. They're development, for fuck's sake. I still to this day fucking can't stand that shit.
It's over. It already happened.
That they pull that crap. Oh, the NXT stars are so much better than the people on the main roster. Like, fuck off with yourself.
She needs a safe room. What's that? What do they wear? Like a pin or something? Or safe place pin?
I don't know. Is that what they do for those kids? I have no idea. I don't need safe spaces, so I have no idea. Chris says, yeah, when they did that invasion in 19, they thought they were the shit. It wasn't that. It was the fact that they made them the shit. They made them win everything. It fucking annoyed the fucking crap out of me. And what was that they would do that? I was like, the disrespect. The fucking disrespect of shit right there was just unbelievable to me. I was like, and that's when I said, this is garbage. And I haven't been able to get over it since. 4 years of it. I'm still like, this fucking shit's stupid. Fucking NXT, your fucking development shit.
Here comes Punk. Oh, should time this segment too.
I'm not going to listen to their segment.
Of course you're not.
I don't want to listen to him talk. I like Cody, but I can't stand the other moron. Can't stand his...
They should at least said, Cody, like, what do you want to talk about?
I can't stand his voice. I can't stand anything about him. He annoys me to no end. Annoying to no end.
Fist bump. That was one. You gotta do it.
Jack's like, at least it was better than the invasion from ECW and WCW. I wouldn't know anything about it.
100% better because they didn't do anything with that. That invasion storyline was the worst ever. All the stars they had from the NWA or whatever you call it, the WCW, nothing. Like, none of their big stars came.
How weird. I mean, that's just weird.
Because in reality, if their main stars would have done the invasion, they would have won. They had bigger stars. But they had Hulk Hogan and Goldberg in their, well, not Hogan's prime, but Goldberg's prime.
Yeah.
Goldberg was like 3-4 years into his prime at that time. He was the shit. And they had, Booker T and Scott Steiner. And yeah, they were stacked. Hall and Nash.
Yeah, Chris says that I was happy though when Gunther, aka Walter, first showed up though against Seth Rollins in a tag match on Raw in 19. And Jack says, yee, they fucked up DDP with that stalker shit and it made me cry.
Oh yeah. That was weird.
Like they made his character a stalker?
Oh yeah, he stalked The Undertaker's wife.
What the fuck?
At the time her name was Sarah. He used to have a tattooed on his throat. They got a divorce and he doesn't
So
have
they made a storyline of that?
Not in real life. Like,
they made
in wrestling, he stalked.
That's what I meant. They made a storyline like that?
Yeah.
That's messed up weird. That's just creepy.
That was the whole point of it.
Why would they do that?
That's the creepiness.
Did they want to make him creepy?
I don't know why you'd want Sarah when you could have Kimberly Page.
Yeah, why would you stalk somebody like Sarah?
I mean, Sarah was like a 6. Kimberly Page was like a 10. She was a 9.5. Also divorced her, maybe from the stalking. I thought you were watching the whale blow up. Where are you?
No, it's a dog.
Oh, it's a mountain.
It's not a well.
I can't see. It just looked like a beach with something. You should look that shit up. It's hilarious. It's raining blubber.
And then he came back. That's too funny. This would be us with our dogs. He finally... Oh, nope, he went right back to Dad. Mom is the spare human. Yep. Where they put their dog and then they run away from him. The German Shepherd. He chose the dad every time. He's like watching him and he runs. He's like, hey, Mom. What's up? Run. Oh, it gets better. Or I'll do it in fast motion. And then he does it again. Runs after Dad, right?
Mm-hmm. And
And this is even sadder. Dad doesn't run. And he's like, go get Mom, right? And then he comes back, right back to Dad. Oh, then it gets even worse. Runs after Mom and runs after Dad. Terrible. Robbie's like, better to choose D. What are you talking about? Chris says, yeah, one time Vince kissed Trish in front of his wheelchair-bound wife on SmackDown one time. Vince had a wheelchair-bound wife?
Well, it was part of the storyline, but yeah.
That's so weird.
I mean, she was his real wife.
Jack
she still
says,
is his real wife.
Jack says, why did CM Punk do the clobbering empty chant, then just cringes at that and stops?
Yeah, I don't know.
I don't know anything about him. Chris says CM Punk talking about Dusty. How dare he? I'd be like, get my dad's name out of your mouth. Dare you?
Oh, we're doing the Cody, the dad stuff.
Oh God.
Keep an eye on my son. No drugs.
It's true.
Because he is a superstar. Because I want to win the Rumble. This Saturday, the Royal Rumble. Join us. We'll be here. 8 p.m. Eastern. Yeah, he's going to main event it.
Main evented. Jack's like, sorry, I mean time. Oh, time. Okay, that makes better. I'm like, I don't know what that word is. Sorry. Clobbering time. Maybe he doesn't want to be so violent. I don't know. They must be saying something really interesting since you're just
I'm trying to
paying
listen to
everything attention.
Well, you got to pay attention. It's the only talking segment. I guess I could put the talking on our show.
Yeah. Then you won't be able to know what's happening.
I'm just listening to it.
You wouldn't know if there's music,
I have
though.
2.
Oh, okay. I thought you did. And now you guys know what they're really talking about. Make sure there's no music. We don't want to get banned.
Folk style wrestling experience only. No matches under my belt. A complete nepotism hire. And there you were, CM Punk, who had toiled on the independent scene for 10 years, who had made a name for himself. You could have treated me poorly, and you did not. You treated me like a peer. And after that, we became friends. And that's what makes all of this so bittersweet.
So much better.
It's because in the Royal Rumble, there are no friends.
Yes, bittersweet. Something like
What about Sunday morning, Cody? I know there's no friends in the Royal Rumble. I've been in more than you have.
Considered a bittersweet type of chocolate.
But what about Sunday
They call
morning?
them semi-sweet.
Because I can separate business from personal. Can you? Because I wasn't born into this business. You very much were. You grew up in this business. Personal to you is this business.
Chris says great storytelling so
you
far
were
in
the
this
son,
promo.
Yeah.
The most legendary wrestlers of all time. One of the greatest.
Dusty would have been better if he wasn't a writer.
Yeah.
And I said to start this all off, you and I have traveled very different paths. I didn't
You'd
have a
better-
famous
better
dad.
legacy if
When you showed up to OVW, other people
Yeah,
saw.
but he was writing, so that means you want to push other people instead of yourself,
I
because that's
know.
what you should do.
I'm just saying it hurt his legacy.
Oh, of course it did, but
Because he
Fight
was
my
just as
way to
good
get to
as
where I was.
Rick.
I saw the burden of your last name. I saw how hard it was going to be to come out of that shadow. And congratulations, you have done it with flying colors.
Oh, he's definitely not his dark shadow. Most people don't even know what he's doing.
But for all our differences, you in a very nice, expensive suit, me and
Jack
what I
says
wore to the gym
if the
today.
New Day isn't friends, then if they in the Rumble, if
Two
there's
very
no
different
friends
paths.
in the Rumble.
One very, very similar.
And there's
goal.
people like that all the time. They always put tag
I
team
didn't have the
partners in
famous
there that are
dad.
friends
I didn't
and
have
stuff like that.
the American
So
Dream, Dusty Rhodes.
that guy
son
has
of
a
the
shirt
plumber.
on that says "and our truth"
Global
on it in the audience. He's
international
one of those people that
heavyweight
gave him money
champion,
for the shirt.
superstar wrestler, recognized on the streets. Dined with kings and queens. How's the rest of it go?
Slept in alleys and dined on pork and beans.
I didn't have the famous dad. My father was blue collar. My father was just a regular guy. He was an electrician, which makes it kind of ironic. I'm more of the American dream than you are.
The grandson of the king.
Chris says, "Oh, Punk saying he's more American Dream than Cody."
Oh, no.
No, he's not.
Come on.
CM Punk, you're just a crybaby wannabe.
Okay.
moron. Where's
Okay,
P-Cola? Where are
American
you at?
Dream.
Broken?
Here's what
We haven't seen you for a
I
few days.
want to talk about. Let's talk about
Was he not?
the pipe bomb.
Why do you throw the
You sat
cover
right
off?
up there. You said a few words. You rattled off the formula for a revolution. You inspired countless. There are wrestlers who have gotten in this today because of said interview. Count me one of those who was inspired. But then you left. And when you left, you really left. You didn't pass the torch off, you dropped it on the way out. And I don't think you cared who picked it up, but I think you know who did. I did. Everything that you spoke about, I literally did. So where you talked, I walked.
Chris
And what
says
is
at least he's not
actually
the
ironic,
Velveteen Dream.
that makes me more
Jack
CM
says
Punk
cold
than you.
interviews were nasty. And Sophie says it looks like they're setting up Cody versus CM Punk for a future pay-per-view. And Jack says Rumble probably. Yeah, but they're both in the Rumble. Well,
Yeah,
I mean-
definitely in the right.
Cody's in the Rumble for sure. Oh no, he really, really means business.
It's getting a little hot in here. You're more
Yeah,
CM Punk than I am? Well, allow me to give you the full Road to WrestleMania CM Punk experience.
He's so
See,
lame.
Cody Rhodes, you have carried this company on your back for a soul-crushing 2 years, and you're right around the corner and they hand you the cover of the WWE 2K video game. Congratulations, by the way. It's on sale pretty soon, I'm sure. And right when you're about to cross the finish line and finish your story, oh wait, what's that in the distance? It's a much bigger superstar that hasn't been around in a very long time, coming to take it all away from you. And I'm talking about me.
There you are, looking out for me again. You might be right. You talked all about the American dream. Well, then you should know this. He was my best friend, and he regularly quoted John Wayne. And the quote I heard the most is courage, is being scared
Chris
to
says,
death,
yep, Punk paved the
but
way for
saddling up
AEW, an alternative,
anyways.
but that's only because
You may be right,
Cody
but
did
I
the
have
work.
only one direction I can go. I have to go, and that's forward. And that's in the Royal Rumble. That direction
Goes through you.
Uh-oh.
Ooh, they're so angry at each other.
Next year's WrestleMania. 41. There's the same thing. Oh look, it's the Rock and Hogan thing. Oh, Lord. Well, there it is. All the hoopla.
All the stupidness. What did he throw down?
I don't know. Cell phone, wallet, hotel key. Who knows?
That guy's watch.
Oh, his watch.
Oh, his watch.
That's close. A watch, and I have no idea what time it is half the time because I forget that I have a watch on that tells time. Well, some people wear watches to tell time, and I don't.
I look at my watch for the time all the time.
Huh?
Like, what time is it?
Really? For your watch, huh?
Yeah.
I go right to my phone, and if it's not here, which it's not, where's my phone? Anyways, then I don't know what time it is. My whole life's ruined.
Chris says a rare promo where there is no attacks. That's how they used to do it back then. They both cut a promo and then leave the ring. Yeah, it makes sense that they should do
Madison
that.
Square Garden, which is round. There he is, the Hulkster. There it is. He became champion. And wrestling was born. It was Hulkamania, and then it got passed down to Hulkamania, which we'll get to see in 2 days.
Ew. Stop trying to make that a thing, Gretchen. Ugh. It's a horrible, horrible,
Don't hate.
disrespectful, offensive thing for Hulk Hogan.
I'm the biggest Hulkamaniac in the world.
I know, and you're disrespecting
And I can,
everything about it.
I can hand it down to Hook. I have the responsibility.
Ew, stop. Once again, they're trying to make fetch happen.
Seth Rollins sleeping with Hogan doll. I love it. Of course I will. Yeah, brother. All right. That's funny. That means that they actually went after him and got him to do that.
Hulk Hogan?
Yeah,
Oh,
that's new.
he looked pretty good for not being able to walk.
He can walk. He just has No feeling in his legs.
You said that he has to have things help him.
Well, crutch. Cane.
Mm-hmm.
Not Kane itself, the guy, but a cane. How is this even on my TV? This is the crap that needs to be dealt with. Nobody wants to see that shit.
Which one was it?
It's Candice LeRae and indie wrestling versus Zoe Stark and Shayna Baszler.
That's happening?
Yeah, next.
Ew. I thought they did that last week.
They probably did. Either that or it was Tegan Knox and what's her name? The big boob heart.
Oh, Natalia?
Natalia.
That was last week. Right? Maybe?
I think so. But I swear I saw indie wrestling last week, so I don't know. I could be wrong.
Hmm.
Okay.
No.
I think we're in that third hour.
We
are.
are.
We made it. Start your car twice. Just kidding, it's not that cold.
No, it's not.
It was like 45 today.
Wasn't bad.
So I have a lake out front right
Pretty
here.
much.
I was going to go fishing, but I didn't have a pole.
You could have just put a string on a stick. Same thing.
True. I've heard of that.
Chris says, damn, that's fucked up that Hogan didn't even mention LA Knight when he said he saw shades of Hulkamania. Chris was like, Hulkamania, baby! Hogan in the Rumble. Right.
It's funny. You never know who's going to show up. Well, we could always watch Hook Still Rules this weekend.
He still rules.
Yeah, it's a double disc.
Ooh, wow, that's a lot
It's
of
got
information.
the yellow disc and the red disc. Because Hook Still Rules. Welcome to paradise. Take me down to the penthouse city where the grass green and get all pretty. Did you need a clock?
No. Do you need a clock?
I do. What time zone should I put it in?
I don't know.
Europe?
Why would we put it in Europe time zone?
Because we know people. Europe. Or like Saudi Arabia. That'd be a good one. Could do it for Australia. For the Australian one.
You could.
One in a million. I need to figure out a way to get that to sit tight.
What is it?
Oh, that clock.
Oh, because it falls forward.
Yeah, it leans so it looks stupid.
Eh.
But it's got LED lights, which makes it cool.
Old Lady Sky says, I feel like crap. I had a cold for the past 3 days. Ugh,
Ugh,
that sucks. Sorry about that. Yeah, that's pretty shitty. Nobody likes that.
nobody. Shipping is always free.
Free?
That was free.
Oh, it's free. It's free.
Stuff free.
It's so free. It's all the free.
Extended family. Oh, I don't have my phone. They're showing more Hulk Hogan stuff. Oh, because it's 40 years. And he built fucking WrestleMania, so makes sense.
Because it's Hulkamania.
I think he was like in the first like 7.
Not WrestleMania. It's Hulkamania, bitches.
Wow.
Better buy all that Hulkamania stuff, babe. At the shop. You better get your money ready.
I just got broke.
Just be like,
We'll go look it up.
take all my
Oh,
money.
did you like that I left that out for you?
I used
You
it.
didn't say
You didn't
anything
see me
nice to
grab it?
Why would I?
I didn't say anything nice to you? Is that what you just said?
Yeah, could have been like, oh.
Ew, thanks so much.
Has there ever been a worse wrestler than Shayna Baszler? That's an honest question. Ever. I feel like she might be the worst wrestler
Maybe.
ever. Like, that's men and women. I don't know if I've ever seen a worse wrestler than Baszler. I thought it was Mia Yim, but it's not. It's Baszler because she wrestles that way against everybody.
Right.
And Mia Yim can at least do a little bit here and there.
Do some extra.
But she's
She does a little extra.
And I'm talking ever. I'm like, if there was some dude in the indies that wrestled once, they are better than her.
Mm.
All right, they're locking up, pushing her back. The crowd just died. Like, this is terrible. Get it off the TV, Triple H. He's got to see this. He's got to hear it. And forcing it on people isn't the way to do it. It's not going to work.
Not just that, but you would think that the people who own this now would be like,
Well, yeah, but they're going to...
We get more pop for UFC women's matches than we do for this garbage.
I mean, they're dead. Their crowd is like, who and why? There's 6 women out there, and not one of them's worth...
That guy wasn't even paying attention. He was over there going like this.
6 women. One of them's
people are
cute.
leaving.
Maybe 2.
Who's the cute ones?
Indy. She can be cute.
Sure.
I'm not saying she's hot. I said cute. And then that Katana, she's kind of cute. The little skinny ninja.
Chris says, wouldn't mind White Christmas to Spaghetti Wife Face and that Katana Chance girl, the small one.
Yeah.
But Shayna is the eye candy.
Oh, God.
You're so full of poop, Chris. You're such a liar. You crack me up.
I mean, terrible match. And I get it. You want a downer before the main event. I understand that. I understand how the business works. You see it in other sports. Anytime there's a big show, you want a downer before you go in. You have your main event. You don't want it to be overshadowed by a good match or a good segment. Like, if they would have went right into the main event after the crowd was cheering for Cody and Punk, it hurts because the crowd can't maintain the whole time.
They can't.
So this comes out, everybody gets to chill the fuck out and go to the bathroom, do whatever else.
And get ready for the main event.
But there's other things they can do.
True.
Like,
That's
besides have this shit on your TV, they could have a R-Truth segment for the people at home. Because we don't run out of energy. It's only if you're there, when you're amped up off people's adrenaline next to you. You know, everybody's feeding off everybody else.
Right. Kind of a weird combination.
Suicidal thoughts?
No.
Oh, shit.
Salami and cottage cheese sandwich. So, salami. Heavily mayoed bread. Salami. And then...
Is this guy trying it?
Yes. People tell him all their gross, like, combinations that they like, so you don't have to. So he's like, trying your gross combinations so you don't have to.
It's probably not bad.
He likes it. He tried it without anything on it. He's like, that's pretty good. And he's like, ooh, he had some seasoning, so he put some like slap your mom on it, which is like that rub I make kind of seasoning.
Yeah. Slap your mom.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Slap your mama. That's the name of the seasoning. Anyways, and he keeps eating it. People are like, put Doritos on it.
That would be good.
Toast the bread.
Mm-hmm. You could toast it with the stuff on it even. There's a lot you can do.
I'm just not sure how I would, I mean, I don't know. I think it's the mayo plus the cottage cheese that kind of gets me a little bit. I'm just kind of like, I don't know about that. Mayo and cottage cheese.
Just try it. You'll probably like it.
Good. I have everything that make that.
Do it right after the show.
I have salami and cottage cheese, bread, and mayo.
It's a staple. Sounds like a poorhouse.
Such a staple.
Oh, gosh. Spine buster.
Not the spine buster. Not the spine buster.
Oh, Chelsea in the back looking fantastic.
Piper doesn't look too bad either.
I didn't see her. I saw a
might
green
show 'em
thing in a
again.
locker behind Chelsea. And I thought it was her hair for a second.
Oh.
I thought she had green hair. I was like, what the? Or blue.
I bet she do that to herself.
Yeah, see that green in the locker above her
Mhm.
head?
Yeah.
I thought it was her hair at first. I
She
was
just
like,
has it up in a very tight
mm-mm.
bun.
Uh-oh.
Oh no.
The coochie clutch.
Oh, the coochie clutch. She meant business too. Oh no.
Daphne might be the prettiest girl in this match.
That's probably truth right there.
That's the referee for you people at home.
Ew.
Thanks for getting him off my TV, Triple H.
Everybody's so excited to see him.
Oh, God.
Oh my god.
There's just a bunch of riffraff in the ring. Woo!
Her boots are so like stupid looking that it makes her look like a cartoon character because her legs are so tiny and skinny. She looks like she has a little toothpick stick.
Oh, the little girl.
Ah, the Kabuki Warriors.
Kabuki
Now
Warrior.
we've got the really cute one in the ring.
There's some cuteness.
Yeah, we finally got some cute in the ring that's actually pretty.
That's a pretty girl. That's wife material. But she's married, so take her off your list.
Right.
But you think that he probably would.
Yeah. I mean, you'd want to, right?
I mean,
you
did
wouldn't want to come
did
back
she
by
marry
yourself.
a Japanese man?
You know, I have no idea who
That'd
Kairi
be
Sane
kind of an interesting
married.
question. I guess if it was an American, it makes sense for her to be back.
Yeah, but why would she go back to Japan to do it?
Well, maybe he was around. I
Me
don't even have
neither.
a clue who she was married to. This girl's pretty. They've replaced all their ugly girls with pretty girls in the back. Except for they got rid of that Mackenzie in NXT. The pretty blonde, the Mackenzie that was she'd interview in the back.
Oh, they did?
Yeah, she got fired.
What? I wonder what she did. What'd she do?
People can drop it. You're not the chosen one. You were the chosen one. But you never did it. I guess he was champion, but it wasn't an impressive title reign.
Right.
And it wasn't because he didn't beat Brock in front of a crowd like they're trying to make it out. wrestling's wrestling, whether there's a crowd there or not.
Mm-hmm.
It doesn't affect people at home watching it.
True.
It was a lackluster title run.
It was.
And it wasn't because there was no crowd. Asuka did fantastic.
Yeah.
Now, her title run was lackluster.
Yes.
But she carrying the company through the pandemic was
Yeah,
fantastic.
and it was hard, though, because they kept pushing her to do lots of tag team stuff and everything. And that's what your biggest thing was. But I'm like, that's not her fault. Like, that's them not making it something. Like, she did fantastic doing what she did. And she was there all the fucking time. And yeah. But yeah, they literally dropped the ball with her completely.
Yeah, hers could have been a legendary run. His could have been a legendary run. But instead, they just made everything stupid because it was the pandemic crap and they couldn't even do storylines. It's like, why can't you just work? Just work.
Yep.
You're all there. Just pretend there's a crowd because there kind of is. Now, granted, they did manipulate the crowd. Let's not pretend they did.
They did.
I've been on that.
Travis can attest to it that they really did manipulate who you cheered and booed.
Now, here comes Charlotte. Let's give her a boo, and it's like,
and you had to, because if you didn't, they'd kick you off.
Yeah, you'd get kicked out and they just replace you because they had people online.
Yeah.
And it's like, so I'd be like, for the ones you're supposed to cheer for, the ones you're supposed to be for, I'd be like, boo! Yay! Because it is your voice, I would assume, going through, so I was definitely, and it was weird because you're doing it on a computer, and I was in a room by myself.
Mm-hmm.
And so you're like cheering.
At nothing.
It
Like quiet stuff. Yeah. You're like, I don't know what's happening, but it's weird.
But I was on there and I got to be on TV. Commercial breaks.
I didn't realize that she had gotten a bad injury during that match.
What match?
The match that her and Asuka went up against Becky and Charlotte in a TLC tag team match.
Remember the end of it? Like one of them slammed her funny through like
she got blindsided by Bailey.
Yeah.
I kind of remember it a little bit, but not a lot.
I think she was concussed for a while. I can't remember. Cool. Now we just need wrestling back on. This is a long ass commercial break. The Bosley. The guy on the cover is my buddy.
Yes, it is.
I could literally message him right this second. He'd message me back. The Boz.
So, like, there really isn't any information of who her husband is. Like, there's a lot of speculation about it.
What are we talking about? Oh, sorry.
Kairi Sane. Who she's married to. Like, she's never, like, said, like, who she's married to.
Good. Keep him undercover.
He's supposedly he might be a wrestling person himself.
Right.
But they just say that she was married and it was a long distance relationship, so that means he was in Japan.
Right. I can hardly wait. Oh! Yeah! After putting Seth on the shelf, who's he got next? That's a big dude. That's what champions look like. And he dresses all nice.
Who?
It was Gender and the Boys.
Oh, nice.
Had all 3 of them.
Oh, good.
Are they going to rebrand Raw when they switch channels? Probably.
Maybe.
That's what they usually do. About every 5 years. 4 years, 5 years. Kane is able. Kofi's fun, and hopefully he can do something fun this year. He hasn't been able to do it lately.
Yeah, any of that fun.
They've messed it all up.
All of his
like
little...
he has. Like
Mm-hmm.
he's tripped. That wasn't a real Rumble.
It wasn't, but it was funny.
That was the one in Saudi Arabia.
They're like, oh, let's put this one on there. Poor what's his
Uh-oh,
face?
the King. Bad Bunny. AJ Styles. It's quite a distance.
So.
Ricochet's like, it's because of me. No.
No. Not because of you. Where's he at? He broken?
Who cares? I'm so
Ricochet?
glad.
Does he have a brokenness?
I'm so glad I haven't seen him or Sami Zayn for so long. It's like breath, like relaxing.
Mm-hmm.
Because I hate those two dudes. What's Johnny Spaghetti's wife's name?
Candice LeRae.
Candace. I was like, has there not been a match for that long? But I forgot that one was on there. They haven't been doing very many. We're going to have 6 matches tonight.
Well, that's pretty good. It's amazing. Most of the time they have 4 on Monday.
That's who we know in the women's. 4 women. That's it.
That's funny.
Logan and Kevin. Hopefully Logan can win that, but I just don't see it. But don't you want Logan at WrestleMania?
You would think, right?
So having him lose to Kevin, he'd lose the belt, so he wouldn't wrestle. I mean, he'd still could have a match, but it'd make more sense to keep it on him.
Yeah, see, they have a picture of him, but like they
He looked
blacked out
Japanese.
his stuff. But he's definitely Japanese.
Which is great for her.
She's 35 years old.
Definitely doesn't look it.
Crazy. Craziness. Crazy. Jimmy Chonga in the chat. Hey, Jimmy says, what happened to Xia Li?
You know as much as I do. I know she was in NXT for a minute, but I don't know where she's at now, which is sad because I really like Xia Li.
Mm-hmm.
She's one of my faves.
I don't know. I don't watch NXT, so I mean, The last time she was kind of down there doing something with some girl.
Mm-hmm.
Can't remember who it was. The champion now.
And she lost.
Yeah. So.
Damian Priest has got like every 80s pair of pants ever on at the same time.
At the same time? That's a lot of pants.
Like the zebra stripes, remember those?
Oh.
Like the hammer pants.
Yeah.
He got some of those on. Over on this side, he's got some that are like my pajamas. They were like a skeleton. All right, we got the main event coming up next. Damian Sandow. No, just kidding. Damian Priest. Drew Mack. Hopefully Drew wins. It would be weird if they have Drew lose again.
Yeah, that would be pretty weird.
Because Damian's not quite on that level. But he's the Money in the Bank guy. So it's hard to not have him win.
True.
Didn't he get killed by his dad?
I think so.
Just like the other one? Marvin Gaye? Or what?
Marvin Gaye definitely was.
Mhm.
Are you talking about Jimmy?
That wasn't
No.
Jimmy. That was the reggae guy. Bob Marley.
Yeah. I don't know if he was.
For some reason I thought he got killed by his dad too. But that'd be weird if there was two people that got killed by their dads.
It's probably drugs.
Why are their dads murderers? Murder!
No. His father died of a heart attack at the age of 70 when he was 10 years old.
Jesus Christ. His dad was 60?
Yeah.
Getting women pregnant?
It was just a random gunman that tried to assassinate him at some point.
Ah, so he just got killed by a dude.
Well, I think people saying that he was murdered.
Well, he's definitely murdered.
Supposedly he died of cancer.
He was murdered by like grandma. Fucking old
He was
lady
murdered?
like that. Fucking murdered.
Murdered? Grandma had cancer.
You don't die from cancer. You do die from cancer. That's what they want you to do. It's a conspiracy. Like I said, that one's so much funnier. Like if I can go put it on ours that we have on Vudu, and you'll see that it's just not as funny. Like it's there and it's some of the same content, but it's just not
full.
as funny.
Yeah.
It's like it's the delivery.
True. I mean, yes, I understand that. They attempted to assassinate him in like 1976.
So he didn't get murdered. He died
It
of
was an
cancer.
assassination attempt that happened.
So how famous do you have to be assassinated? So he was famous enough to be assassinated?
7 armed men raided the residence of reggae musician Bob Marley in Kingston, Jamaica, 2 days before he was to go on stage in an attempt to quell recent violence. Politicians from across the political spectrum hoped to capitalize on Marley's support. While Marley remained neutral, many viewed him as tactically supporting the Prime Minister Michael Manley and his Democratic Socialist People's National Party. Marley and 3 others were shot, but all survived.
Huh. That's great.
His wife, Rita, was shot in the head in her car. They shot Marley in the chest and arm. His manager was shot in the leg and torso, and band employee Lewis Griffiths took a bullet to his torso as well. There were no fatalities. So somehow his wife, who got shot in the head, survived too.
Right.
It's crazy. Next week on Raw,
Yay.
Tag Team Championship. Definitely not at the Royal Rumble, though.
Hey, look
Next
at
week
this.
on Raw, we got
Jey Uso
Juice and
versus
the Big.
Bronson Reed.
Goose and big.
Eat.
Yeet.
Kofi. Get him, Kofi. Now he can't cash in. Because Seth's broken. That's just dumb.
11 kids. 11 kids.
With 12 different women.
Oh, he married a spouse in 1966 and they had 11 kids.
It's a joke. Is that Pam? I got 6 kids by 8 different women. I know the math doesn't add up. Drew all sorts of jacked.
It doesn't mean any. It really does add up though, because 2 of them could be pregnant.
Yeah. I mean, of course you can get as many women pregnant as you want if you're a dude.
Well, he'd still have 6 kids.
8 different women.
Maybe a couple of the women are lesbians and they live together. So 2 women are raising one of his kids, or 2 of his kids.
Get in there, Drew Mack.
Yeah, get in there. Do your thing, buddy.
Yeah.
He says.
We're underway.
We're in the way of wonder. And under. It's going to happen. Who's going to win it? Mr. McIntyre? Is he going to do it? He can get the win on this guy?
He should.
I don't know how evenly matched they are.
The 13-minute match coming up. Into the ropes. Drew McIntyre's just bigger, stronger, faster, more athletic. What else is there? Smarter. What are you doing? There is 13 minutes left. You gonna come in and take a nap?
Yes.
You should have been here the whole time. He's like, I was sleeping. Mom's lap's better. And down. And asleep. Drew McIntyre taking it right to the priest of Damien. You got to go to the top. How high?
All the way.
To the top.
Because he has to do his business somehow.
It sounds like it, and I don't want him to do it.
You don't want him to pee on the floor or on someone. Okay. Whatever. Old Drew McIntyre beating up Damian Priest. Who's going to really win it, though? No, Drew McIntyre is chasing Damian Priest all around the outside. Oh, Damian just kicked him in the gut. Poor Drew McIntyre. He's getting beat up. Oh, no. He's giving him the old bear hug. Oh, he's like, here, let me take your head into this. Poor Drew McIntyre. His noggin got beat up. The referee's counting him out, though. They might not make it back in the ring. Oh, no, he threw him on the table that didn't break. Drew McIntyre's down. And Damian Priest is enjoying it. And the referee should have been at 9, but he's only at 5 count. Somehow, we're at commercial break now, and we'll never know how many counts he'll really get to. No, you won't. Commercial break. Dun, 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 dun. Commercial. Dun, dun, dun. When we left, what was happening? Damian Priest had thrown Drew McIntyre on the commentator's table, and he was still outside of the ring, and the referee was counting them both out. But we'll never know if he got back in the ring to break the count or not, or if they'll just start where he was left off at 5. We'll never know for sure. Ever.
You'll never know.
Never, ever.
Not even once. Some people want to know.
Do they, though?
A lot of people do.
She's definitely a large marshmallow. Not toasty, though.
Got ourselves a main event. Main event worthy.
It's that Argyle or whatever.
Did it have?
No. No, there was no John Cena.
Dun, 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 dun. I think we're in here by ourselves.
Pretty much.
Cool.
Yeah. There's only a few minutes left, so I guess it's alright.
7 minutes. Quite a few minutes.
It is.
Once we get back to the wrestling. Okay. Come up to your desk when you talk to her.
That's kind of weird. But does it have to be plugged in? Oh.
I was just seeing if I had a cord right there.
Why do we need one? Why do we need to plug it in?
You can see it.
I don't need to see it.
There you go. Everybody needs.
No, I'm good. We're back! They must have got in to break that count sometime during the commercial break. Drew McIntyre got his umph back from being thrown onto a table earlier.
Thrown into the ropes, reversed by kick or kicks D. They're both D. Damien and Drew. Trying to say D kicks D. Oh, D kicks out. Got him in a chin lock. Damien. Wearing him down. Wearing the big man down.
He's like, I've got you in a chokehold. Not the chokehold.
Drew McIntyre. Working his way back up. To his feet. So big. So strong. What champions look like. He's just going to have to get it done. Damien looks like he's getting a little soft around the midsection a little bit, isn't he? That can't be good for his back. He had all those back problems, remember?
They're both down. They fell down. Everybody's falling down.
It's a double kick. Drew spasm.
The trees fell down. Everybody heard it because it wasn't in a forest.
Drew. Looks like he might be hulking out. Big clothesline right there. And another one. Big German release suplex. What's we got? This with clothesline. Neck breaker. Drew's just got him with that Claymore. Got to hit that Claymore and it's over.
It's going to be over. So over. Kip up!
Just kip up.
He did it!
Hair flip. Shit's about to go down.
He's like, is
Only
this what you
clown.
want to see? Hey, look, Crybaby Drew. That's a great sign.
Probably somebody from our chat.
Diaper baby.
Damien misses. Gets hit with a big chop. Drew into the ropes. Damien following him. Spine buster. Rolls him up. 2. Oh, so close yet. Drew might have a broken rib. Could be a compound fracture. It might be coming out of him. Guts are spilling out. Oh! Elbow! That clap. Ropes! Drew kicks him. He's firing off. I don't know what that is. The head plant. And Drew. Alright. Well, he couldn't get him. Drew kicked out at 2. Now
Oh
both
my
men are
God. Drew
exhausted.
kicked out.
Both men are exhausted.
They're so tired because they're so big.
They're in almost 10 minutes
It takes up all of their energy.
to be big.
Yes. Lots more oxygen for all those muscles.
Lots of oxygen. There it is. Oh, Drew caught him like a baby.
He's like, you're a baby.
Oh, just threw him off. Kicked him in the ribs. He's working on those ribs. And the big man can't handle the body shot. Oh, there's that Glasgow kiss. Yeah, Drew is bleeding in his ribs.
He's bleeding?
On his ribs, yeah.
Oh, God. I wonder how that happened. Oh, I wonder if it was from earlier or something.
It might be.
Oh.
Maybe it's a rash. From his back.
It's rash. Got
Uh-oh.
a striper rash. Oh, no!
Falcon arrow.
Get him! He thinks he has him.
Yeah, that's how you beat Drew, is just one Falcon arrow.
It seems like a normal thing to do. I feel like you only have to do one of your moves, and that will kill him.
This is true. Oh, Drew rolls to the outside wisely. Veteran move. Damien!
He's
into
going
the
to throw
ropes.
himself outside. Oh, God. That was
He
terrifying.
tried to kill himself. His head hit the back of that. The actual ring. Lucky. Drew kind of helped. No more of that, Damien. You're too fat. Hey, R-Truth, showed up with money. Oh, God. He pushed R-Truth for no reason. What the hell? For R-Truth. He's got the money in the briefcase.
He
R-Truth
tried
does.
to use the briefcase on him?
He's got it.
Oh.
Drew. Or, R-Truth.
Oh, R-Truth is out there with it? Oh, how nice of him. He's trying to help. He's like, I'm so helpful.
Yeah, he tried to give him his money. Now he's trying to put it in the briefcase. Comes the Claymore. R-Truth's gonna show up right there.
Oh, God. Oh.
Oh, R-Truth. Oh, look at all the cash.
Not the cash.
There's the Claymore. No.
Oh.
Drew picked him up. Choke slam. And he would have had him, but the referee is a little distracted.
Oh, no. He so would have had him. He's so stunned. That's funny.
And it's over. You can count to a kajillion if you can count that high. And Drew wins clean. A little interference from R-Truth trying to help out Damian.
He tried it. He's going to have to be real mad at R-Truth.
Can't be too mad at him. He's out there helping him.
Well, he helped him lose.
That's just because he's not very good.
Well, that was a quick ending to Raw tonight. Very quick. They're like, and this is what happened, everybody. Bam! Done. All right. Anyway, so it's just on Saturday. It's going to be a normal time at like, what, 6, 7 p.m.?
It'll be 8 p.m. Eastern.
8 p.m. Eastern time. So make sure and join us then. But before that, we're going to be here on Wednesday for AEW's Dynamite. So if you're still out there and you want to hang out with us then, please do. Thanks for everybody who did join us tonight. We really appreciate all of you, and we'll see you on Wednesday.
Thanks for watching Wrestling Gab. Bye-bye.